30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan. Don't wait. Go to holdtitlelock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metric true score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person receiving the deal. Additional terms apply.
96.5 The Fan is your exclusive home for Chiefs football, with pregame starting 3 hours before kickoff with Josh Briscoe. Then it's the call of the game with Mitch Holtis, Dayton Hughes, and Josh Klingler.
Caught! Touchdown! Kansas City! Travis Kelce owning this game!
Followed by postgame coverage featuring exclusive one-on-one interviews with Andy Reid and Chiefs players inside the locker room. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 Chiefs Commanders. Monday Night Football with kickoff at 7:15 right here on 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
I'll stay. Sir, you have 7. I also like to live dangerously. Welcome into the show on a Friday here on 96.5 The Fan. Full crew with you on the end of the week. Is it Red Friday? It's Red Monday.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, I guess every Friday is a Red Friday, right?
100%.
But they play Monday.
I know, but God forbid you don't wear red, and Betty's going to yell at you.
Exactly.
You know? So you're on
Guess
TV
I'm a Raiders
now.
fan.
You're well. It's funny you say that because you're on TV now. And when I was doing stuff over at Channel 9, the amount of emails that people would send to people on TV for and one time I had like an orange and blue tie on, and I got a letter saying that how could I represent the Denver Broncos?
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
You got to be kidding me, lady.
Well,
Like,
people don't like
seriously.
the car that you drive. For
I
that
know.
same-
I did. Yeah, some people did say, "How do you drive a Bronco when you live in Kansas City?" I don't know. Ask the other
crazy.
100,000 people that are driving Broncos right now that live in Kansas City too. Yeah,
Bob
it's
also
crazy.
doesn't think OJ did it.
And I don't think we landed on the moon, and I don't think the world is round, and like all these other conspiracies that we could throw out there, right? That
Yeah. Bob's like, if you go east all the way, you'll fall off.
you'll fall off. You will. Yeah. If you go west, you'll fall off that
Once
other
you go
side too.
east past, like, I don't know,
Odessa.
103rd. And,
You get past Odessa, you're falling off, man.
Hey,
Go
man.
past Hayes, you're falling off too.
There's a lot of past Odessa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Sedalia.
Yep.
There's Herman, Missouri.
Herman's a good spot. Yeah, Oktoberfest is going on now, right? Everybody getting
I
out
think
there.
so.
Somebody was telling me they went to Oktoberfest. I forget who. I think it may have been Kramer was telling me this story about going to Oktoberfest, or his fiance, now wife, went to Oktoberfest, or maybe it was Nathan. Somebody was telling me they had somebody go to Oktoberfest. Maybe it was Ralphie Jr. who went to Oktoberfest, and his wife went out there now. But he's like, yeah, they rented a bed and breakfast like up by St. Joe and then went to Herman. I'm like, neither of those are close, Ralphie. Like, what are we doing here?
I
And
understand
so-
St. Joe and Weston.
Yes,
Yeah, like,
exactly.
Every time you go to St. Joe, then you come back home, there's an exit at Weston. I'm always like, I'll work tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, say
I love Weston. Weston's a great little
Fantastic
trip to take, man.
fantastic town. So is Herman.
Yeah.
And if you're a single guy and you got some single guy friends, it's a really good time. to go
Especially a
down
lot of bachelor parties or bachelorette parties going on down there, man.
Or bachelor
Or
parties.
bachelor parties, either way. Now you're going to get a sugar high and diabetes from the wine, and all the bees you're going to get stung by. We were there one time, and it was so hot still. Vip was part of this trip, too. We took a bus from St. Louis, right? And
there. I
Vip,
feel like he can't get stung.
Vip?
Yeah.
Well, he gets stung.
I feel like when he gets stung, it could be dangerous.
So, like, Vip was the ringleader of our KU group in St. Louis, right? He was the president of the St. St. Louis KU Alumni Association. Of course he was, right? Which was great because he's just a party planner. He's a 50-year-old man that, is still 25, so it was perfect. And, so we did this bus trip to Herman, and it was hot, right? It was still so hot, and that wine is so sweet. The bees were like everywhere, and you're trying to sit down and drink this wine, and the bees are bombing you and everything like that. So go on a cooler day to Herman.
No, it's fun.
It's a great time. It really is.
But it is funny you say that about being on the news. I was on Fox 4 a couple years ago every Thursday during the playoff run. And one Thursday, I didn't wear red. I just wore I think I wore like a button up and like joggers or something.
You look nice.
And somebody sent Spec an email.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and Spec would always send me like emails that he would get. And he'd be like, what was it? Gosh, it's so funny. So I don't know if Spec still has the email, but they didn't get my name right.
No, of course not.
It was like, what was it? It was
Rustin?
It was tell Rusty Likens.
Rusty.
Yeah, it was like tell Rusty Likens that it's red Friday, that he's supposed to wear red when he's on TV, that he's not a real Chiefs fan. Fire him.
Oh, fire you.
One of them fired saying wear red, talk about the Chiefs on a playoff.
That's good, yeah. Firing guys. On a Thursday.
So then we brought it up on After Hours, and I was like, I'll be on the Thursday show next week. And when I get there, like Pat McGonigal, funniest person in the world, at just one of the funniest people in the world, he looks up, he goes, "Thank God you wore red. We got some talks about that." I was like, "I went to you guys too." He goes, "Oh yeah, welcome in Kansas City to this edition of." I'm like, "Oh my."
These people that watch the news though are psychotic. They really are. They're nuts. I mean, you're watching the news first and foremost. And second of all, you're sending emails about the clothing that the people on the news are wearing. You really have screws loose, man. Like a lot of them rolling around in your dome if you care what the news anchors are wearing or what people on TV have on as clothing. If you're sick.
Rusty Likens.
I like that. I'm going to start calling you that, Rusty. Rusty!
Yep. And then my alter ego is Lusty Dykens.
Lusty. That's what I was hoping it was.
My porn name was Joseph Sweetwood.
I like that.
That's a good one. Yeah, the middle name of the street you lived on, right?
Not trying to sound cocky, it was his love that opened my time.
That's right.
But yeah, no.
You just channeled Jen right there, didn't you?
I just want to win Jen.
She's off today. We're done at 10. You know what that means. Rainy day. Oh baby.
Bob's gonna walk around making milk with his Winnie the Pooh outfit on.
Yes, I am. A lot of honey today, baby.
I've been pounded this week.
Obviously, sometimes in sports, you can't make things up.
No.
Like this.
Aaron Gordon has made 10 three-pointers tonight, tying Terry Rozier in 2020 for the most in a season opener in NBA history. I kid you not.
I mean, dude, yeah.
Aaron Gordon has made 10 three-pointers tonight, tying Terry Rozier in 2020 for the most in a season opener in NBA history. I kid you not.
So, yeah. So there's that. After yesterday.
I mean, Ernie Johnson's like, I'm out of here. We're done.
And scene. It's so weird how you can't.
Oh, man.
Here's Aaron Gordon, not known to be a three-point shooter, right? Big rebounder, a lot of second champ points guy, gets, 20 to 23 sometimes a night. You're like, how did Aaron Gordon do that? Then all of a sudden last night, 10 threes in his opener. And again,
Aaron Gordon has made 10 three-pointers tonight, tying Terry Rozier in 2020 for the most in a season opener in NBA history. I kid you not.
You hear him throw the paper away.
was that Ernie throwing the paper?
Yeah, that was him.
Or was it like Shaq and just everybody else throwing their arms up in the air and walking off the set?
Shaq actually had a really good audio clip as well because he, talks about these guys. He's like, I knew Aaron Jones. He's like, you put your reputation, your family, your legacy, all of that. And he's like, Chauncey, Hall of Famer, like, do they take him out of the NBA Hall of Fame?
No, I don't think you take people out of the Hall of Fame. Otherwise, we'd have to go through a lot of Halls of Fame taking people out, I would think. Like, if you didn't let him in, fine, I get all that. But I don't think you take the guy. Have we ever seen anybody taken out of a Hall of Fame before? I don't think so. Frank White, maybe, but
they took Reggie Bush's Heisman out of the and they put it back in.
Yeah, but they never took him out of the Hall of Fame.
They took OJ out.
No, they did not. He's still in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, OJ's still in the Hall of Fame.
That says no.
Okay,
he's what? Nobody's ever been taken out.
Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, once you're in, you're in. I mean, Chauncey's going to coach that Rikers Island team up pretty good, though, man. I mean, he's going to have Terry Rozier shooting the three ball from the outside. I mean, that prison team's going to run people.
Hopefully, God willing, we're still doing this show in like 3 years. It's going to be awesome when we can talk about the documentary on Netflix. We remember where we were at, because we're going to be like, dude, I remember this. Because I remember when I watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary, completely separate ordeals. But I remember exactly when they showed him, like, you remember the scene where he's got his hands in his white
Oh,
shirt?
yeah.
I remember, like, when that documentary came out.
We were sitting in here watching that live on TV.
And I remember watching that at my house. I'm like, oh, my God. And then all of a sudden the story, like, unfolded. And then the documentary came out, and I'm like, I remember every single one of these stories that came out about this situation, which will be the same.
That's how you know you're old, Dusty.
Yeah.
You're watching documentaries. I remember when I was there and doing it. It's like they were parents about JFK and stuff like that.
I know that I'm old because I remember watching Vladimir Guerrero play for the Angels, and now I'm going to watch his son play in the World Series. So I'm like, well, here we go.
And I feel like Vladdy just played yesterday, too. Not Junior. I'm talking about the old man. I feel like he just played yesterday, man, because I remember watching him with the Angels all the time here at Kauffman Stadium. I'm like, that guy, he just played yesterday. Now his son's in his mid-20s leading his team, to a potential championship as well.
When did he retire?
Vladdy Sr.?
Probably
aughts, probably.
Okay,
yeah.
So he made it past 2000, though.
Oh, God, yes. I wasn't covering baseball in the 90s, Mac. I'm not that old. I'm not Josh, for God's sakes.
Oh, America.
Breaking up was easier in the 90s.
It was.
A country song. But, yeah, no, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he won ALCS MVP going up against them Dodgers, who got that game's tonight, 12 hours from now, basically 13 hours from now, game one of the World Series. If the Dodgers win tonight.
What does Rozier have on this one? Does anybody know?
I don't know. He turned his phone in. But no, it's.
His lawyer may be as bad as the Wolfaholic or the Chiefsaholic lawyer.
I mean, they're the same person. Did he really say that? Like it's a full court press?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I'm pretty sure that's real. Well, you guys have seen the investigation names from the FBI. Those are great too, which they always do that. But it is like I don't know why they do that. Operation Royal Flush.
Yeah. Oh,
what? I love that.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I love it. Yeah. Well, you got to have these. I had an FBI agent live next to me once, and not that I got any information or anything like that. He was very, very, very down low and close vest. But you'd hear some stories over the years about some of the stuff that they were doing back, in those days, and a lot of the same stuff they're probably doing today. But you don't know what's happening. Like they've been investigating that stuff for 3 years. They've been on this.
Yep.
Vladimir Guerrero's last year was 2011.
Oh my!
You remember how we tell you? You remember how we tell you like you never remember where Ichiro finished his career? Like you'll never.
Don't tell me. Let me guess.
You won't.
I won't guess. Colorado?
No.
I don't know where.
Baltimore.
He did? I don't remember that at all. How many games did he play down there?
145.
No way.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
wait, what year was that?
2011.
We weren't dialed into baseball around these parts in 2011.
You weren't really dialed into football either.
No, I was going to say, we really weren't dialed into football. Well, 2011, what were they, like 8-8 maybe that year, or 6-10? I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a great year. No, you're right. We weren't dialed into much, from the sports.
Yeah,
college basketball!
Oh, yeah.
He had 163 hits, 30 doubles, 13 home runs, 63 RBI, hit 290.
That's a hell of a year. Damn, I loved him. That guy would hit the ball off the ground, Mac. Like they would remember when Clase was spiking those pitches and everybody's like, this guy can't reach the plate. Vlad Sr. would hit those. Do yourself a YouTube search and watch those. Vlad would hit them off the ground, legitimately hit pitches off the ground for home runs.
Which is even crazier to hear this stat that I just happened to fall apart on. That was the lowest his average ever was in his career.
I was going to say, I bet you that was the lowest. That was like a great year, 290.
Damn. Yeah.
Do you know how many people hit 290 or better in baseball this year? I bet 30. It's not more than 15. Because what do we say was 300? Like 6 guys were hitting 300 or better?
Your minimum, 10. It depends on what your minimum
with the minimum. Are. Yeah, whatever they did at the end of the year for the minimum.
As long as they have 500 bats.
Yeah, just look at the minimum at bats for the year. Just click on batting average. It'll show you based on minimum at bats, and you can go down and just count right there. I bet you it's not more than maybe 20. Maybe 20 people hit 290 or better in baseball this year, and that was Vlad Guerrero's worst year.
Yeah, his rookie. I'd say his rookie year was 97. He only played in 9 games. In 96, it didn't qualify. No. In 97, he played in 90 games and hit 302, and then would hit above, 324, 316, 345, 307, 336, 330, 337, 317, 329, 324, 303, 295, 300, and then 290.
That's insane.
Career 318 hitter.
Oh, wow.
449 home runs, almost 1,500 RBIs. Just 4 short.
Man.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. That's a Hall of Famer right there.
They don't make them like they used to.
And then they had his son who's doing the exact same type of stuff. He's fun to watch. He's a fun watch, man.
And they paid him this offseason.
And he cashed in.
Remember, he's like, I don't know. I'm going to hold out until they pay me. They paid him. World Series.
Yep.
That's right. Coming up
15.
on
15 people hit 290 or better in baseball.
If you made that 280, it'd be like 22.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't
move that much.
Wouldn't move that much.
Now, Matt, go and look how many people hit 35 home runs.
Now, yeah, but go look at like 1990 and see how many people hit 300 or better.
It'll be like 25.
Yeah.
Coming up on the other side, Andy gave some light to the Josh Simmons story, plus fourth down success. Binkley's got it. Nate Taylor's got it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
This is Danon Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yuengling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Danon Hughes. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Looking to drive your finances downfield? Main Street Credit Union is the hometown team you can trust. We help you build credit, lower monthly expenses, and finance with confidence. Or if you need a loan to grow your small business, we've got flexible options and no hidden fees. At Main Street, it's not just about the win, it's about keeping Kansas City moving forward. One goal, 1 yard, one member at a time. Get in the game at mainstreetcu.org.
It's football season, and I can't wait for the games. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents per gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. The more we score, the more I save only at Hy-Vee. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's game day, and nothing says Chiefs football like the aroma of a tailgate grill. Kick off your pregame party with a Kingdom Meat Bundle from Hy-Vee. Get 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 pork chops, 4 bratwurst, and 4 chuck patties for just $30. Plus, get a 10-cent per gallon fuel saver. Toss in some chips and dip, side dishes, and Chiefs-themed baked goods. Score the extra point with your favorite tailgate beverage from Hy-Vee Wine and Spirit. Just one stop for all your game day needs, only at Hy-Vee.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit bigloot.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-1509. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-1509 or biglou.com.
Shopping for a new Ford? Go where it's easy. Rob Sight Ford. Non-commissioned staff, huge trade-in values, and Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. Rob Sight Ford. ROBSIGHT.com.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and nothing says Thanksgiving like football. Verizon is giving you a chance to enter and win 2 tickets and travel for 2 to the Thanksgiving Day football game in Texas. Enter for a chance to win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Texas. Don't miss your shot at the ultimate holiday football experience. Visit a local participating Verizon store in Kansas City to enter the Thanksgiving Day game sweepstakes.
No purchase necessary. 18 plus 50 USDC. Start 10/17, end 11/16. Void where prohibited. For a list of participating stores and official rules, visit Verizon.com/Thanksgiving Game Day Sweeps KC.
Boost and Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip. Online at boostandbarbecue.com.
The fastest street cars, burnouts, car show, barbecue competition, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. I can fix Boost and Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under free. Tickets at boostandbarbecue.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side, 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
I'm a snake.
Well, there's a drop.
I just saw that video the other day of that guy in the hard hat. I'm a snake.
They did a Where Are They Now, and he was part of it.
Do you remember that weather guy that Channel 5 had for like 5 seconds here? And he was like from Atlanta. And I remember Lake and Bink had him on. I forget what the guy's name was, but it was like he was doing like weird stuff on the yelling on the air and stuff like that. I can't remember what that weatherman's name was at Channel 5 about 10 years ago. Maybe it's even longer than that now. For a hot minute, he was here, and he went back to Atlanta, I think, and there was something with like snakes and things. Oh, he was the guy. Look up Mac, weather guy who went snaky, snaky, snaky. See if you can look up weather guy who went snaky, snaky, snaky on YouTube.
And then immediately clear history.
Yeah, but that's the guy. That was the guy. I can't remember what that guy's name was. Todd or something, I'm sure.
Mike.
Very good chance it's a Mike.
Yeah.
Or Carl.
Somebody from the 816. Bad Vlad, the best bad ball hitter ever.
Ever. And there's nobody even a second.
And then Sal Perez.
That's a good point.
From the 816. I had Cecil Fielder on my first fantasy baseball team, and now his son has already had a full career. That's old.
That is old, brother. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, because I remember Cecil Fielder when he came back from Japan and went to the Tigers, and he was
hitting Big Daddy. Was that his?
No, that Big Daddy was.
Wasn't that Cecil Fielder?
No, it was not. It was Big Daddy was that guy who played football, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I can't remember now, but I remember him launching bombs on Old Tiger Stadium's roof and whatnot, and then he went to the Yankees and ended up there. And then his kid came up, never really lived up to those expectations that we thought Prince Fielder was going to live up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was good, but I think he underachieved from what the expectations were that I think everybody set forth for them. I think everybody thought Prince Fielder was going to be what Vlad Jr. is right now, and, that's just, that's Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson was the Cincinnati Bengal guy, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because didn't Cecil Fielder Prince Fielder, Big Daddy nickname.
Cecil was too, but
Yeah,
Dan
Big Daddy.
Wilkinson, who played for the Bengals, was also Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson. I remember that as
Nice.
well. Yeah, man, look, people can have two nicknames,
Because
right?
what Cecil Fielder, he was at the home run derby in Kansas City, right? Or
Prince.
Fielder,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all remember two things: Cano getting booed and putting up a goose egg, and
Right.
Trumbo hitting the top of the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's right. Whatever happened to that guy too? I mean, that guy was a stud for a hot minute.
He was on that Angels team.
Yeah, Mark Trumbo. Yeah.
So yesterday, Andy Reid spoke to the media because it was their first day of practices and all that sort of thing. Two notable guys didn't practice. Trey Smith, lower back spasms is what Andy Reid had said he's dealing with. And Kareem Hunt has a bone bruise on his knee. Clearly, I think he'll be fine. It's the first day. Then he'll be limited full participant by, Sunday? And because he played the rest of the game. I saw him come out. He was getting helped off the field. And he ended up finishing the game, per se, because obviously they pulled the starters. But also the
he definitely went back in after that
100%.
injury. Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm not worried about Trey either because they're not really that worried about Trey. It's more of like you've had back spasms before. You can't control those, right? And so it's just can you play on Sunday and we'll see what happens there. But it's not like an injury that everybody's losing their minds over. Like he's going to have to be on IR or move on from him or something like that. It's one of the hey, we're just going to have to treat this thing. Everybody's had the back spasms before, and you just can't control them, and you don't know when they're going to flare up on you.
Caliendo, be ready.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Be ready, but they're not concerned about Trey, if that makes sense. Like, it's not a long-term, oh, my God, we're going to lose this guy type of injury. It's like, hey, he's got back spasms. We'll figure it out, but we're not concerned.
Like, something tells me if last week's a closer, bigger game, maybe he doesn't come out.
There's probably a good chance, yeah. Like, he didn't want to go out of the game. He was trying to get back in that thing, you know? And so eventually they sent him away back down to the locker room because I was watching him on the sidelines once we found out he was out, and I'm watching 65 on the sidelines, not watching the game because at that point the game didn't matter. And I'm watching him, and he's going through stuff, and then I'm like, I texted Josh, I go, Trey's still on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they took him away, and he was in the locker room. So that's one of those things, like, this guy wants to get back in the game. So I think, yeah, it's nothing to be concerned about. It's something to watch, obviously, but I'm not losing sleep, and neither are they, over that Trey Smith injury. We're like, all right, we got to scour the waiver wire or go make a trade or something like that.
The other thing, I don't know if this gives anybody closure on this situation, but this was Andy Reid on the Josh Simmons situation.
Update for you with Josh would just be, there's communication. I'm not going to get into all of it. Everything's positive. It's not a negative situation. So he's taking care of family.
There it is. And then he, is it the same thing?
It's been positive. He's just taking care of business. So that's the main thing right here. When you deal with this, that's what you do. And he's been very good about communicating it.
So taking care of business, family, and he's been very communicative throughout the entire process. So it goes back to the quote that I take from The Rock. Right now is a need-to-know basis, and that's all you need to know. Right now, he's taking care of stuff. He's away from the team, and he's communicating with Andy, and I'm sure Brett and Mark and those guys as well. So, again, I would expect no Josh Simmons in this game, and we'll see what happens when it plays out, but that's the situation they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of those situations now. Andy kind of addressed it again yesterday. I just think we just kind of, move on, and don't continue to ask and whatnot, because obviously it's a personal matter that they're going to get figured out, and he's doing all the right things. He's in communication with the team. They seem to be fairly, positive about what's going on. Andy kind of said that as well. And so, they'll kind of take it in stride. He's doing all the right things, keeping the team in communication. Like, some of these guys go off the radar. They don't, where's so-and-so? I don't know. There was a guy, Josh Selby, who played at KU 1 year, right? Remember him? Played 1 year at KU, and they lost in the tournament that year. And Josh and I still, to this day, joke about, has Josh Selby returned to Lawrence? Because after they lost in the tournament, nobody could find Josh Selby. Like, he never came back to Lawrence. He wasn't at the end of the year banquet. Nobody ever really saw him again. They're like, where's Josh Selby? Like, I don't know. He just didn't come back. And so it's not that case, with Josh Simmons. He's being very communicative. And I think as fans, we should just respect the guy's privacy and the team's privacy on this one and just kind of focus on, everything else.
No doubt. And one thing that we can focus on is a few weeks back, we heard Andy Reid close out a press conference saying we need to score more.
Yep.
Since that, 37, 28, 30, and 31. So in the last 4 weeks, since Andy Reid has said we need to score more, they have done that. And one thing that we have, at times given Andy Reid praise for is adapting to the current. Not that wonderful lady soccer team that plays right there on the riverfront, but to the current times of the NFL. And that is, having Patrick Mahomes come in and be like, let's adapt to him and what he's comfortable with, and let's see if that's like the wave of the future in the NFL. Sometimes the planets align just right. It happened to happen in Kansas City at that time with Patrick Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech, where quarterbacks in the NFL went to die.
Right.
And he was the change in that system, or the anomaly, I guess you could say, in that system. And they adjusted. And then we saw against, Detroit. They went for it on fourth down 4 times in the first half. Now, some of you can say that's because of the lack of trust in maybe Harrison Butker, or the fact that Detroit had a 10-minute drive on their first drive, or, the guy across from you is going to say fourth and whatever, as long as it's on the 40-yard line of ours or closer, we're going to go for it. So maybe there's a little bit of that. But Nate Taylor, who joins us every Thursday, and Jay Binkley also had a fourth down stat we'll get to as well. But Nate Taylor had this to say about the Chiefs on fourth down.
Guys, this is the first time we could actually say that Andy Reid is no longer a conservatist, a traditionalist. He's actually pushing the right buttons when it comes to his offense because of what you said earlier, Bob. Like, okay, right. Harrison Butker's not an automatic guy when you get to 45 yards and out. So you should go for it. You have the most talented quarterback in the secret sauce, and I wrote about this on ESPN.com, is, man, his role is his role, but no one could argue that Kareem Hunt isn't doing his job when it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, moving the power forward, finding the vision to find the cracks or the running lanes in the offensive line. Of course, everybody remembers Patrick's theatrics and his acting ability against the Raiders, but he still has to hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt gets 3 yards on that play because it's really hard to not only hit him behind the line of scrimmage, but to have him go backwards for negative yards. So once you combine the idea that, like, hey, this is your role, you're not the most, this is not like what it was when he was a rookie in 2017, but the way you can help the team win the most is we hand you the ball in short yardage situations, and he has converted on everything but one right now. So the Chiefs lead the league in terms of 4th down success rate based on the amount of attempts they've actually put together.
So no Hunt or no punt with Hunt is kind of the strategy there, because like they said, he's gone for it with Kareem Hunt in short yardage situation all but one time. That's enough for me to know that that's what they're going to do in short yardage situation. When they brought Kareem Hunt back, and we brought this up where they're bringing the same running back class back, obviously Pacheco was going to be there no matter what. You kind of knew this was the role. And that's also kind of nice to see that when you look at what Kareem Hunt went through and did all that stuff, he's just had to be a part of it, and he knows what his part is, and there's no, situation there. I also believe that when you look at this offense from a firepower situation where we say who's going to get the ball, imagine that on 4th and short, right? Like Mahomes can do that play they did in the Super Bowl where he runs out and Travis Kelce goes forward, and either you're taking 87 or you're taking 15, and whichever one you don't take, that person's going to get the first down. You've got Hollywood Xavier, Rashee Rice, you got Noah Gray as well that could run little curl outs, little quick outs there. And Andy is seeing what he has, knowing the name of the game today, and knowing that as long as you keep 15 with the ball in his hand, the chances and the statistics prove that the chances of you winning that game are highly, highly more on your side when you do that. And you actually love to see it with Andy Reid going for more aggressiveness.
I love it. And I'll take it one step further, Dusty. I think once you get past the 50, it's 4-down territory, and that's the way you need to operate now in the NFL as an offensive mind. You need to go in 1st down. It's 1st of 4 now once we get past the 50. It's no longer, 1st of 3 downs, and then we're going to punt on 4th down, or even think about kicking a field goal at this point in time, on 4th down. Kickers are so good now. 3 points, it really doesn't make that much of a difference anymore. You've got to get 7s now, in this league, because if you give everybody the opportunity to kick a short field goal, they're going to take advantage of it. So I think once you get past the 50 now, and I'm talking from a Chiefs perspective, I'm not talking from some of these other, limp organizations that don't have a real quarterback and a real offense. But once the Chiefs get to the 50-yard line, it is 1st down and 10 of 4. And that's the way that they need to approach it, right? And it makes it easier that way, I think, from an offensive standpoint and a play calling standpoint. When you've got 4 plays to pick up 10 yards and not 3 plays to pick up 10 yards, you've got 4 opportunities to do that, because you got a defense now that stops people too. It's not like you're putting a defense out there like it's 2019, 2018 all over again, and they're giving up 55 points to the LA Rams. You got a defense out there that stops dudes. They've given up 17 points in the last 8 quarters. I don't care who their opponent is, right? Andy Reid's never shut anybody out until last Sunday. It's hard to do in this league. So you've got a defense that can play and an offense that can score from anywhere on the field. Once you get to that 50-yard line, man, it's 4-down territory in my opinion.
And kind of support that, because you have a top 5 defense and a top 5 offense.
Yeah.
And you don't have those without both of these numbers. Your offense stays on the field longer. You convert on 4th down, more opportunity to score. You're going to be up there in the ranks. Defense from Jay Binkley, teams are only 4-14 against the Chiefs on 4th down in 2025. That's a 28.6% rating.
That's their defensive numbers.
That's the defense numbers. And then on the other side, you can look at it from 20. He's got it from 22 to 24. In 2022, teams were 20 of 35. That's 57.1%. Now, again, this is 7 weeks of stats opposed to a full season. 2023, teams were 13 of 28, 46%. And 2024, last year, teams were 13 of 23 for a 52.2%. So far this year, teams are 4 of 14 on 4th down against the Chiefs. In 2025 for a 28.6%. So teams that go for it aren't getting it. The Chiefs, who are going for it on 4th down, lead the league in 4th down conversion. That's a hell of a sandwich combination to be the successful team that you are. Good or bad teams, as long as you are keeping the ball longer in possession and you are actually getting the ball in pay dirt, you're going to see this Chiefs team be more successful than not.
No doubt about it. And that's the way you've got to approach this thing. 3s are useless. 7s are what, write the checks for you. So you got to go out there and put up 7s. And I think with this offense right now, there's no reason you shouldn't be in 4-down territory after the 50-yard line. You're too good not to be.
Mac, you love the aggressiveness.
Yeah, I've been wanting it from Andy for ages, and it feels like he's got the X-ray glasses on, dude. He can see all the cards. He's got cards under his legs, too. He can pull one out. He's got any hand at his disposal at this point. I'd love to see, you're talking about Kareem Hunt, it feels like we've got all of those roles, all that versatility that he can now actually put people in their best position to succeed. We were asking Kareem Hunt to do, honestly, more than he could do at this point in his career last season. And now it's like, hey, man, you do one thing maybe better than almost anyone in the league. You get 3 yards. When you're supposed to get 10, you get 3. When you're supposed to get 1, you get 3. And that's exactly what this team needs. I can't wait for him to get even a little bit more fancy with Kareem Hunt on a 4th and 1 and Brashard Smith.
Well, and that's
right
the name.
next to
Nobody
each other.
even mentioned him in the 4th down stuff is what Brashard Smith can do. I mean, we totally forgot about that guy.
Those two in the backfield together, I mean, it's just endless options, man. I'm pumped.
And with Kareem Hunt, too, it's you've got to, you sent that Liam Cohen video the other day of him standing up in front of his team, and which I really enjoyed
we got
watching
that later
him.
in the show.
But I think it fits a little bit here where he basically said, this was on me, I'm the coach. And I've always said this to you guys, the job of the coach is to put people in position to be successful. That is your only job as the head coach and a manager. And Liam Cohen said, I didn't do that on a certain play. He took the blame for that. I like that. But that's what the coach's job is, put these guys in position to be successful. I think Andy Reid does a better job of it than anybody in the NFL. And that's why if he wants to start going for it on every 4th down past the 50 in plus territory, go for it, man. Go for it. Do it. And also with Kareem Hunt, too, you said he does that one thing. That was always Dayton Moore's thing. Do one thing every day to help your team win. If you do one thing every day to help your team win, and everybody does one thing to help their team win, you're going to be successful, and you had a good day. If Kareem Hunt picks up a 1st down on 3rd and 1 and runs hard and keeps the clock going, that's a good day for Kareem Hunt.
I just love that some things actually, like, when you want them happen, doesn't always happen like that. Life, sports, whatever. You're like, man, I wish this team would like just start going for it on 4th down. You're watching all these other teams in the NFL do it, and they keep punting, and now they're going for it on 4th down. Man, I hope this offense is exactly what I can picture this offense in my head when it's all on the field at the same time. And then you saw it for the first time. You're like, okay, this is fun. You're like, okay, these things are actually happening. This is actually cool to see. I think that we can continue to see that moving forward because, like a kid in a candy store, Andy Reid is, got an unlimited spending at Mr. Bulky in the mall in 1990 if you wanted that. So there was something that happened at Arrowhead. Do you believe this story?
So we're being kicked out for code of conduct, and our code of conduct was what?
That you are disrupting the enjoyment of
because we were standing up cheering for the Chiefs.
Excessively, yes.
Excessively cheering for the Chiefs.
No, excessively.
Excessively standing.
We were only cheering when they're on the
So
field.
standing up and cheering when the Chiefs are on the field is excessive.
No. Like I said,
that's what we were doing.
They observed that you were non-compliant and that you never sat down.
We sat down during timeouts and
He
stoppages
literally
of play.
watched me sit down when they weren't on
The
the
second
field.
time the lady walked by, she was sitting down.
I was
So
sitting
what
down.
So I don't understand how it's a code of conduct issue for standing up cheering.
Again, I have told you that it's a non-compliance issue. If you have further issues with our decision, then you can call into the Chiefs on Monday. But I can assure you there will not be a refund because it was a code of conduct violation.
And just so I'm clear, the code of conduct violation was standing up and cheering.
Standing excessively.
Hey, do you guys stand up and cheer for the Chiefs? No. No? All right.
That's my favorite.
It's the best part. They ask Lion fans, no, and gun. I'm not buying that story. I'm
not
just
either.
not.
No.
Those people are trying to get out there and scam the Chiefs and giving them a refund or whatever the case may be. I don't know how many games I've been to as a fan. Now, I've been doing this with Ralph before COVID, right? We've been going probably since 2017 or 2018. At least one game a year as a fan, and now we're sharing season tickets. I go to about 4 or 5 games a year now in the crowd. I have not sat once at Arrowhead Stadium since I don't know that I even sat ever at Arrowhead Stadium. I went to one game in like 2003, and we sat in the gold level, and we all sat up there. It was nothing like it is now going out to Arrowhead or whatnot. And that's the last time I remember sitting at Arrowhead 22 years ago, okay? That is not true. I am not buying that at all. You are not just standing. Because if they were kicking fans out for standing and cheering excessively, the whole stadium would be ejected. I hope the Chiefs stand their ground and not let these people try to take advantage of them, because I don't think anybody is buying that. And it's making the rounds nationally and all this kind of stuff. We need to put the kibosh on that, okay? Nobody gets kicked out of Arrowhead for standing. No. Otherwise, the entire stadium. How many times do you guys sit on Sunday when they go to the 2-minute and 17-second timeout and a commercial break, people sit down? That's it. Then as soon as that clock hits 0, everybody else stands, everybody's cheering, everybody's yelling. They were doing obviously something other than what they claim right there. And then they had the camera in the lady's face as she's trying to do their job. Come on now.
She handled it pretty well.
She was great.
She was great.
She was fantastic.
Somebody says in the upper deck, you have to sit if asked in the upper deck.
Wow.
That's why my seat was gnarly last week. I was last row, 50-yard line. There was a cement block behind me, and there was a little shelf. You could put your empties behind you. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good, yeah.
So the whole time. First exit, straight up, beer concession, food concession, John.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that seat.
Yeah.
I could see everything, every holding call.
Was everybody standing in the upper deck when you were?
When the Chiefs run offense, you better
Of course
believe
they
it.
were. Yes,
And
of course they were.
And then everybody's sad about at the 2-minute warning in the second quarter. They said, well, this one's good.
Yeah.
Boys, you want to leave at the start of the fourth or the end of the third? I said it can't be both.
Yes. So did anybody tell you to sit down?
No. There was nobody behind me.
No. That's what I'm saying.
The only people behind me was like underneath the press box where people sit in those seats.
Yeah.
And so like I was literally last row.
But you didn't tell anybody else to sit down, did you?
No.
No. Mac, did you tell anybody to sit down? Where were you sitting on Sunday for the game?
I was the third level somewhere.
You were in the upper deck?
The upper deck, yeah.
Did you get told to sit down?
Gosh,
Or
no.
did you sit in the upper deck when you were watching the game?
Not really.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It is weird that they said that they were getting kicked out for excessive standing.
I'm not buying that. I'm just not.
I just
I'm
don't
not.
know why the employee said that is all I'm saying.
Because she's
needed
she's
something
on
to say.
camera and, probably didn't want to say anything that they could use against her or something of that nature. But obviously it wasn't excessive standing that you got kicked out for, because the entire stadium stands. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Somebody from the 573 says, I have a friend who sits in that section where that happened. His text to me that night was that various season ticket holders in that section were getting people kicked out for standing during the game.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
They had to be doing other things than just standing.
Like, please.
The whole stadium stands.
I also could see that somebody could just bitch and moan about something so minute of standing where, like, if you're, and it's also like the other thing I will say is that, like,
if you're a season ticket holder, though, you know the drill.
The other thing I'd like to know is that, like, I would love to see, like, how people were asking people to sit.
Yes.
Like, are you being the person back, like, sit down? Or are you like, hey, ma'am, like, would you mind, like, sitting?
Yeah, I'll sit if you ask.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, if it's a nice conversation. But yeah, if it's the sit down and then it turns
I'm
into
standing
nasty.
harder.
And people have been drinking.
I'm standing for longer at that point.
Yeah, at that point in time, yeah.
Because that's what I heard. Like, when you sit in the lower area, nobody sits. Like,
Nobody sits. The whole lower deck stands. That's where I am. I mean, that's, nobody sits down there.
But again, like, if that is the rule and people are asking you to sit, then, like, you kind of have to abide by the rule, right? Like, if somebody's like, hey, up here, it's kind of known, like you sit, like, we'll stand when it gets, when it's the moment, you'll know. Everybody will stand up. It's like, you go to church and the band comes out before the service starts. You're like, all right, here we go. And then you sit back down, when Father comes out to give the sermon. But, like, when you go to a game, if that's what it is, and you're not a season ticket holder, and these people are, if the rule's the rule, the rule's the rule. But again, it's like, I go back to, there's a lot of pieces we don't know. Like, how were they asked to sit down? Were those people, of course, when they're putting themselves on the camera, where they turn around and be like, shut the fuck up, free country, you just don't know.
You don't know. And that's the thing. Where are the rest of the stories? What did those people say to get them kicked out? It wasn't just the excessive standing.
And then the best part is, do you guys stand during the Chiefs games?
No. I'm a Lions fan. Yeah.
That's the wrong people.
And also, why is it these people that got kicked out? If it's been a rule and people aren't, abiding by it, why all of a sudden now this is happening? I guarantee you it was more than just excessive standing at this point.
I call smoke. Coming up on the other side.
I call cap.
Yeah. Ace is out. That's what we'll say. Not lace is out. Ace is out. Coming up next on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a big weekend coming up, right, with that Monday night game. And you know what means Monday night? You're busy. You got work. You got the kids in school. You want to get out out to the game and you want to have a great tailgate, let Smokehouse Barbecue cater your tailgate on Monday night. They're going to make it so easy for you to get out to the game and have an awesome time before you go in. You're going to get the baby back ribs, the burnt ends, the Cajun butter chicken wings, the hickory pit beans that cook under the brisket for the final couple of hours that give them a flavor nobody in Kansas City can top. And I'll tell you what, it's the perfect tailgate food as well. The fall weather's here. Barbecue in the parking lot from Smokehouse Barbecue is just what the doctor ordered for this Monday night. So get on in there and place all of your catering orders for Monday Night Football at Arrowhead Stadium with Smokehouse Barbecue. And also, if you're dining in at Smokehouse Barbecue, they've got a great thing going on now. Every Tuesday, kids are going to eat for $1.99 with a parent entree. That's right. The kids are going to eat cheap at Smokehouse every Tuesday night. And if you're going to get that parent entree, let me tell you about the pulled chicken sandwich that's tossed in the Cajun butter sauce with the coleslaw on top. That is one of my favorites right now, along with their tacos. They are money. So get on into one of those 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Tired of paying big city prices? Head to New Century Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Payola, where honest, good people are ready to help you save. No fancy city overhead, just real savings. Looking for a new Ram, Jeep, or Dodge? Or maybe a quality used vehicle? Their selection is online and ready to browse. And the best part? New Century is only a 20-minute drive south of the city, and you can save thousands just by coming down. New Century Ram, Jeep, Dodge. Remember, you'll always pay less in Payola and always deal with good people you can trust.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit BigLoot.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-1509. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-1509 or biglou.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember,
Mike's got this.
Paid for in client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of the lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Fast cars, barbecue, and live music. Bring the family for Burnouts, a car show, Kid Zone, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. It's Boost and Barbecue next Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under are free. Online at boostandbbq.com. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound in Oak Grove. Things are heavy right around Broadway with an accident reporting, but looks like earlier construction has cleared up. So once you get past that initial problem at Broadway, maybe a tap of the brakes heading into Green Valley, but for the most part, things move well clear into downtown. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Last night, Chargers were successful over the Vikings. Boy, I don't know if you guys watched the whole game. Carson Wentz, man, they were calling, Herb Street was calling him out late in the game because he was just letting his emotions hang. Like, he was pouting and throwing things, and it's kind of crazy, man. Like, Herb Street's like, you just can't do that. I mean, I know that it's a tough, sled, and he's like, you got people looking at you, and Carson Wentz is on the bench, like, all disheveled and like spread out and just towel over his face. Like, dude, you ain't the starter. Like, what are you worried about?
I mean, it was bad watching Carson Wentz last night. Like, really bad watching Carson Wentz last night. Can I say it one more time? Really bad watching Carson Wentz last night. And when you have a quarterback like that, guys, you just don't stand a chance to win a football game. And he was hurt after every play. I mean, like, I'd cut that guy. Like, once J.J. McCarthy comes back, I would move on from Carson Wentz. He's just... Ugh.
That's what I think the emotion was. That's a guy who knows his NFL career is on the outs.
Yeah. And he knew that he was doing everything he could. Because, I mean, dude, he was playing through some enormous amount of pain. You could tell every time he was throwing the ball, it was,
like Mac Jones type kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude, and he was getting hit. Khalil Mack was everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Who are you going to put in?
Get a sec.
Did you see who the backup was? Nobody knows who that guy was last night. They showed him on the sidelines, and you could see the sigh of relief when Carson Wentz was like, okay, and went back into the game, because that guy did not want to go into the game.
Yeah, and it says... there was like a report this morning that they're pretty much opening the door now for J.J. McCarthy to return.
Well, they have no choice at this point, right? Like, I don't know if J.J. McCarthy is still, technically hurt or whatnot, or they just wanted to continue to see what they had with Carson Wentz. Now they see the decision has been made. There is no reason to ever play that guy again. He should not play another snap in the NFL. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah, a lot went wrong last night for the Minnesota Vikings. As the Chargers took advantage of a beat-up team. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. They beat the Vikings without their starting quarterback.
Yep.
And they improved to 5-3 now, I believe, on the season.
I think so.
So we'll see what happens with that team moving forward. I did like the jerseys, by the way. It was good to see that one time. I don't need to see it again, but that was good to see it once. And they still weren't the same as the back in the day. They were still a little lighter.
But the helmet, I didn't like with the numbers on it, because I don't remember those numbers being on the helmet back in the day, and it looks like they were forced on there. It did too much going on with the helmet. If they just had the lightning bolt on the side of the helmet without the number, it would have been awesome.
It also gave me PTSD of watching LaDainian Tomlinson wreck the Chiefs.
Oh, see, that's who you thought. I was thinking of Natrone Means back in the day.
But
Stan Humphries, as you mentioned yesterday, those are definitely his uniforms.
Yeah, those are the LT jerseys that I remember just being like, damn it, there goes that man from TCU. Who'd have thought, right? Everyone's like, that was always the trivia question of friends back then. Where did LaDainian Tomlinson go to college? TCU. Damn it. Such a nerd. Where did Billups go to college? I don't know, but you have a theory on...
Chauncey did. He went to Colorado, University
of
Colorado. I do have a theory, because he's kind of now tied into both of these things yesterday, after Pablo Torre pointed out that co-conspirator number 8 that they have in the gambling side of things on the NBA side, not the poker side, is Chauncey Billups. and so Chauncey is connected to both of these things. When we left yesterday, we thought it was kind of two separate things. And as the day went along, we realized that Chauncey Billups is kind of tied in, to both of these things. And People are asking, and I think it's a logical conversation because Shaq was having this last night with Charles and all these. Everybody's had this conversation. I heard Boomer Esiason talking about this yesterday. Like, people that played in professional sports are all saying the same thing. Like, what's the incentive, man? Like, what's the incentive for these guys to do this? And I think about, okay, to me, if I'm a guy like an NBA star, let's use any NBA player that's made $100 million in their career, which could be anybody in the league at this point in time.
Well, Rozier was on a $97 million contract.
He
was slated to make $28 million this year.
Yeah, he's made $160 million in his career, 27 this year alone, guys. So the money isn't the incentive. The incentive is you got caught up because you brought the families involved in this, right? You're gonna kiss the ring, Jerry. Somebody, America. In my mind, this is how I work, okay? And I'm not saying this is what's happening. Somebody owed somebody something. Somebody lost a lot of money to somebody and needed to do something to get that money back without them having to come out of their own pocket for it. All right, you owe me $300,000. I don't have that cash. You're going to tell so-and-so he's going to do this, and he's going to do that, and he's going to do this, and that's how we're all going to earn our money back. Got it? Yes, sir. That's how I'm envisioning how this whole thing went down. Somebody owed somebody, and everybody got involved, and here we sit, at this thing. So what's the incentive for Chauncey Billups and these guys? Living.
There's your backup, Mac Bosmer. Max Bosmer.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it probably started out as something small and domino effect. And once you're in, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get out.
And you can't get out.
And maybe there's, they have a vice. Maybe they have some, gambling addiction, or maybe that's a little too strong of a word, but something that draws them to that, and they got caught up in it. And before you know, you're $300,000 and you got the mafia on your back.
I get the addiction side, but sometimes I think we throw that out. Athletes love the chase, man. They love the chase. They love the adrenaline rush.
That's kind of an addiction. That's a vice.
Yeah. It's a very, very. I love the hunt more than I love the kill.
Yep.
I'll get to know you, pick your brain, get there, and then it's like, yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys out there that are, married guys. Do I still have it? Right? Do I still have?
Oh, I
that
know I do. Believe
vibe?
me, it's
and
I got the riz.
You have no intention of going home with this woman,
right?
But you're like, yeah, your hair looks nice. It's like, yep, I still got it. Or whether it's there's ways to buy legal weed, and there's still somebody out there that's like, you know what, I still do my thing that I did back in the day. Like you can't get rid of that chase.
Yep.
And
that's why athletes are great at sports, because that's the way they operate.
And I think that's kind of the way this whole thing kind of happened, because that's what Shaq was saying last night. Like, you have money, you made millions and millions and millions. What is 500,000 to you? Like, why do you care? Because it's not about the money.
No,
it's about the feeling and the thrill and the living on the edge. And then you get caught and you're like, well, I knew that. And that's why you don't see like a whole lot of remorse from guys like this, where they're like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. It is what it is. Like, I knew this was a possibility. Like, if I go 85 every morning to work, I may not get pulled over for an entire year. But when I do get pulled over and the cop's like, yep, I know. I was going 20 miles over the speed limit. I totally know why I'm getting pulled over. He's like, all right, it's not all right. Well, here's your ticket. You paid. You do the time. You pay the whatever. You pay the crime, do the time, whatever it is. I'm not a jailbird. So, but no, that was.
You do the crime, you do the time.
Yeah, there it is. And I think that's kind of like the whole situation yesterday. Is it's now kind of muddled itself a little bit. I'm sure more names will come out, but none, I think, will move the needle quite like yesterday, which was such a wild day with that story. So, again, I don't know. It's crazy to think that these guys make millions and millions and millions. Like, Hall of Fame NBA player, big shots.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like none of that.
Nope, doesn't matter to them. It's all about the next, and they just get kind of driven by adrenaline a little bit.
It's like driving home. Like, I know I probably shouldn't go through the McDonald's drive-thru. My wife's making lasagna tonight, but God, I want a McChicken.
Smash.
Yeah, for sure. As long as
better
it's
than that lasagna, I'll tell you.
Oh, no. Come on, man.
McChicken or a lasagna? I don't know, man. That's tough. I like the McChicken. I like the warm lettuce and the mayonnaise.
Have you had the spicy McChicken?
Not recently, but yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is a Friday night, late night DoorDash Dusty Likens order.
Yeah.
Spicy McChicken. Yeah, dude. Spicy McChicken and a McDouble. And then it's on the front porch at 7 o'clock the next morning.
That's right.
Damn it.
At least you're not like my old roommate who used to put pizzas in the oven and pass out, and his house would be on fire.
I've done that.
Here.
Coming up on the other side, we get into an interesting trade conversation that could involve your Kansas City Chiefs here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and let me tell you about my people at GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with those dealerships, those annoying hassles, all that stuff that the dealership brings, and private sale tire kickers, and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Get 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. For more details, go to their website, GiveMeTheVin.com. So again, say goodbye to the dealerships and say goodbye to the private sale tire kickers and go to GiveMeTheVin.com. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The NBA is back. It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss tip-off or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything. For who's going to score next to a fourth-quarter comeback. You can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout, however you want to play. Now is the perfect time to join. FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 wager wins. So all you need to do is visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to sign up today. Fall is here, so celebrate the return of basketball season with our friends over at FanDuel. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue. Non-withdrawal bonus bet expires 7 days on street. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement. Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem. Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Ready, set, Ford. That's what Shawnee Mission Ford is all about, bringing meaning to Ready, Set, Ford. Hey, it's Gold. You know I've been driving a new vehicle thanks to my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford for over a month now, and they offer their customers the largest discounts on every new vehicle, along with aggressive rebates and top trade-in value. And maybe you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle. You're in luck as well with over 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from at prices and terms well within any budget. Shawnee Mission Ford is on a mission to do more.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Want to know something scary good? Gomer's is scary good. They've been voted the #1 KC liquor shop since the beginning of voting for KC liquor stores. Really, Gomer's Fine Wines and Liquors. 5 locations and family owned since 1969.
Brought to you by Gomer's. 5 locations in the KC Metro or online at gomers.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side heading towards downtown, 29 southbound, gets heavy at 16th Avenue, just crawls across the Bond Bridge with an accident before Front Street building delays. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens with you on a Friday. Mizzou Vanderbilt on Saturday, baby. Who's Tennessee got this week? They got an idol.
Yeah, after last week, we probably have an easier. Let me look.
Probably got Vanderbilt this week, don't you? The easy team in Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's Mizzou, man.
I know. I'm being facetious with him because I told you that Nashville would be ruled by Vanderbilt by the time the season ended, and I nailed that one like it's nobody's business. We also have the Sunflower
Kentucky.
Showdown this week.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah, Sunflower Showdown, baby.
Job on the line in K-State for this one?
Yes.
You guys think so? I mean,
so.
be honest with me, K-State fans. I want to know.
Be honest.
Yeah, I like that. That's really good. I do. That's fantastic. I want to know from K-State fans: is Kleiman's job on the line this weekend? If he loses to KU, is it going to be the pitchforks and torches out there in Manhattan, Kansas, trying to get this guy fired? If they do lose to Kansas, because I mean, I know I'm a little biased in this, but it's not like I'm an expert on K-State or KU. I watch them passively. I think KU's going to roll K-State in this game. Like it just doesn't feel like the vibe out of Manhattan ever got on track after that Dublin game, guys. I don't know how you feel about that and what you're thinking about the Sunflower Showdown, and I'm sure Mitch will weigh in when he joins us in about 15 minutes, about it as well. But it just doesn't I think they went to Ireland and they lost that game, and they just have never truly recovered. And so I think it's a big game. Like if K-State loses, you're going to hear it very loud from the folks over in Manhattan that it is time to move on. And I don't know if you would hear those cries if Colin Klein wasn't a name that's being bantied about to be a head coach in college football at this point in time. So it's interesting, man. If they don't win, I think the cries are going to be loud for Kleiman out there to get fired.
KU's lost 17 in a row.
Something like that, yeah.
So this is one of those, like, this is the final stab that's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, we got to keep that team. But, I mean, we'll see in that K-State game. That is in Lawrence this weekend. So all eyes on the Sunflower Showdown, and then it's Mizzou and Vanderbilt at 2:30.
Great game
days there. Pavlia's mother is going to be probably one of the stars of the show. Obviously, if you've missed that whole off-the-field thing, like Theo Vaughn wanted to take her on a date, and then Pavlia was like, hey, if you get her, then you need to set me up with Tate McRae.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, he sent Tate McRae a DM, like, hey, he's a good guy, but if you don't want to go on a date with him, I'm available too.
Not a fair trade.
Speaking of a fair trade, Kansas City Chiefs, I think they're going to add somebody. But whether that somebody moves the needle or whether that somebody is in a position that you might think is there, I don't know. I think the move you make is defensive line.
That's the only move that they're going to make, in my opinion, right now. We told you, about a week ago that the running backs, or maybe it was even 2 weeks ago, that the running back position is kind of a dead stick right now for the Chiefs when it comes to adding via a trade. They don't want to waste draft capital on a rental running back, and I don't blame them for that. Their running backs are playing good right now. Brashard Smith every week is getting better and better and better, and Andy's talking about using his talents now that he had at the wide receiver position in Miami before he transferred to SMU and all this kind of stuff. And so they're not in the market for a running back. I will be as shocked as anyone if they I would be shocked more if they get a running back than if the Royals stayed in Missouri at this point in time. Like that's how shocked I would be if they went out and got a running back. Because, as Dusty said, defensive line is the area that you need to improve on. Now, the interesting stuff is that usually at this point of the season, you're like, we'll just flip a pick and get somebody. There's actually talk of trading players out there right now. And the Chiefs have a surplus at that defensive back spot. You may see some guys like a Joshua Williams or the kid they signed from San Francisco that they gave $20 million to that hasn't been a healthy not Elijah Mitchell. Who's the defensive back?
Charvarius Ward?
Sure.
You're talking about Christian Fulton.
Christian Fulton, yeah.
From the Chargers.
Charvarius Ward.
Well, you said 49ers defensive back. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, the guy that they gave $20 million to this offseason.
Yeah.
He's been a healthy scratch basically all year.
Other teams could use him.
Absolutely, they could. The problem, obviously, is the money and whatnot. But no, he's a healthy scratch at this point. The defensive backs on this team are fine, And if you have to move a defensive back that you have a surplus of to get a defensive tackle that you don't have a surplus of, then I'm all for it. You got to go out there and you got to do that. The other interesting thing is that Justin Watson's a free agent at the end of this season.
Watson, yes!
I don't like that. He may be a guy that I want to bring back. And I know we don't bring guys back from the defensive back position all that much.
Jalen, right? Or Justin Watson?
No, Jalen Watson. What did I say? Justin was wide receiver. Gene Watson, Justin Watson, Jalen Watson, Nixon 6.
Yeah.
Watson, yes!
So he's a free agent.
I like signing him back, especially if you're not going to sign McDuffie. You need to sign one of these defensive backs.
That's right. Yeah, maybe they sign both of them.
Yeah.
But obviously McDuffie is still your guy
for sure.
But it was just interesting for me to see that. Oh, Jalen Watson's going to be a free agent after this season as well. I'd pay him at this point. But if you have to use defensive backs, because did you see what happened when Norman Lear went on the IR? They brought up a defensive back to the roster. They didn't replace him with a defensive tackle. That may be a telling sign that defensive tackle may be in the offering.
Jeffrey Simmons.
That's right. It's probably going to be somebody that maybe you don't really know.
Let's have the conversation. Tennessee. Their starting quarterback went on the IR. L'Jarius Sneed. They need a corner. But their season's not salvageable.
And they're not giving away a top 5 defensive.
Why do you have to ruin my dreams?
Because that's what he does, Dusty.
28 years old. It's their only player. It's their one claim to fame.
It's their one guy.
It's their one guy.
Yeah.
Taj Spears. What are you talking about?
Tajay Spears. Yeah. God, Calvin Ridley's been great.
Yeah, Pollard.
I mean,
I'd take Tony Pollard. If we didn't need defensive line, that'd be the next name. But
yeah, but we need defensive line, and everybody knows we need defensive line. It's not a secret. We needed defensive line before Norman Lear went down, guys. Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
So
I like what you were saying with the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins have an opportunity.
They're for sale.
They are. The whole team is for sale. Literally, like you can have anybody on that team that you want right now. Go see what the Dolphins have. Go offer them some junk, and get some of their defensive linemen here in Kansas City. I think there's going to be a lot of guys available. Trade deadline a week from Tuesday, so there's still plenty of time.
It's too early.
It's after the halfway point of the season. It used to be a lot earlier. It used to be like this week.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, I still think that's too early.
Do you? When would you do it?
Week 12.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Why not do it like during the bye?
What bye?
The Chiefs bye.
Well, I'm saying we're talking trade deadline for the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Extended. Yeah. I'm saying that it should be extended. He's saying it's a week from next Tuesday, so we've got 10 days or so. I think it should be week 12-ish.
So around Thanksgiving time.
Because that even still gives you, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
I feel like that's enough time.
Well, it just, the more, I'm glad they pushed it back to where they did. But the more that you push it back, the more you can kind of fake that you're in it too, and I don't necessarily like that. Like there's a lot of faux teams out there right now.
True.
You got to make a decision at some point,
You're in or you're out. Come on, what are we doing here? No, that's fair.
And pushing it back a couple of weeks gives you the opportunity to kind of milk it a little bit, not cash in your chips and tell your fans you quit on the season. Now they can tell you quit on the season and whatnot. There are guys available out there. You got to start poaching their rosters.
No,
look at Minnesota's roster after last night. I don't know where they're going, right?
Somebody says Jermaine Johnson from the Jets.
Ooh,
great name. That's the thing. Is Jermaine Johnson going to be an Aaron Glenn guy, or is he an old regime guy too?
Mm-hmm.
And if he's available, then they want him out because he's an old regime guy.
I do love that I can tell that Rashard Smith is doing more positive things on the field because nobody in the city anymore is like, we need to go get a running back, go get a running back. You're seeing the evolution of Rashard Smith because what did we hear? He's learning how to pick up blocks in the backfield. Big step for Andy Reid and his, trustworthy ring. Not only that, he's got the receiver skill set and he can play running back. So you've got exactly what we said to go get, one of those caliber running backs. And, you can shoot for the stars and be like, I really want a Jahmyr Gibbs. I want a Bijan Robinson. Well, there's 2 of them in the last 10 years, right? Those guys are special because of who they are. But if Brashard Smith is the Aldi version of that, where you can still get your nourishment, you can still get what you need, but it's not at, a high end, like store to store, but it does the job exactly for what your system needs. Brashard Smith has shown that, so I'm all about it. Go get the tackle. Go get the guy in the middle that can help that defensive front because, look, boys, you're going to play some offensive teams here in the next couple of weeks. You're going to play Buffalo. You're going to play Dallas. You're going to need to get pressure on these quarterbacks. And if you can do that, you can really make it. It's a domino effect. Pressure up front equals less work in the backfield of the secondary, which means your safeties can pinpoint better, your corners can lock up easier, and then you throw that top 5 defense, give it right back to your top 5 offense. My God, let's get Mitch Holtis on the show.
The only people that are saying running back right now are the clueless people at the national level that have no idea what's going on with the Chiefs, because I did see that yesterday. Trades we'd like to see, running back to the Chiefs. Why? What have you been watching over the last 4 weeks? They're good at the running back position right now. They need to get to the quarterback. Know what you're talking about.
Coming up next, a guy that definitely knows what he's talking about. That is Mitch Holtis. He joins our show on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, my friends over at Underdog, they're now available to play in the state of Missouri. And with football season in full swing, Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And like I said, you can do that right now. Select entries, win money in the state of Missouri today, this second, right now. Grab the Underdog app and see what you can do, because we got a big weekend of football coming up, and playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And I love playing on the Underdog app this time of the year because there's so many different sports going on. You got the World Series, you got football, college football. You can combine selections from all the sports like I do into one entry to see how you do. So download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
A little slow heading towards downtown, 29 southbound. You hit some slowdowns past Armour, just off again, on again. Slow traffic down towards the Paseo exit, which is now blocked with an accident reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
He's been the voice of Chiefs Kingdom since 1994.
Damian Williams, 20, stays in bounds, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, Damian Williams runs to immortality!
Here's Mitch Holtis on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan.
That's right. Every single Friday around this time, Mitch Holtis joins us, brought to you by GEHA, a Government Employee Health Association Incorporated, also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Centers. Mitch, using my eyes, I saw that Rashee Rice played 40% of offensive snaps and yet still got 10 targets. That's, boy, he ate on Sunday, didn't he? Uh-huh.
Mitch.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Mitch.
So, yeah, Dusty Lear, you want to stay focused. I don't know if he's there.
I hear Mitch, but I don't know that Mitch can hear us, is what I think is happening right now with the phone. See, people come in here at night and they start touching buttons. I feel I'm going to have one of these moments that I have with my kids. Stop touching things that you don't need to be touching.
Oh, Mitchie.
You there? All right, don't swear, Mitch. All right, we're going to have to put Mitch down.
Yep.
That didn't come out right.
I was just saying, come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, boy. We got to bring Mitch back up. That's what we got to do.
We're going to have to put Mitch down. Like we're taking him to the vet later today. Sorry, Mitch. You've been a good dog for us for the last 10 years, but it's time to go.
Somebody definitely had a dog or a cat named Mitch, and you just gave them a terrible memory.
Yeah, probably. I guarantee you somebody's named their dog after Mitch. I guarantee you there's dogs named after Denny and things like that. Oh my God.
Lord.
So you couldn't get on the phone, so you drove your ass in here? This is unbelievable. I mean... Get on that microphone right there.
Which one? This one? This is a surprise.
This isn't working.
Test
So
1, 2, 3.
What the hell are you doing?
Turn the camera.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're on TV. So
Mac
you
and I
just
had a
pull
little
over.
fun. We were going to have some fun. We're going to start on the phone. And then bust in here while I was on the phone.
I am extremely hard right now.
I gotta bring you, it's like Mahomes right before they go out on the field.
Yeah.
Good
All day, every day, every play. Let's go.
You just walked up the steps in this building, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are the steps of death.
The steps of death. You know when they're the steps
You didn't
of
even
death?
comb your hair you got here on time. God, dog, bless you, Mitch.
I have no idea, man.
You look good.
Me and Mac Morey.
Morey.
Is it Mac Morey that Morey?
It's Maury, but Morey sounds French, and I kind of like that.
No, I think it's the coolest. I'm going to change my air name to Mac Morey.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to the news. Here's Mac Morey. Traffic and weather with Mac Morey. I just think it's so cool. But anyway, we had this.
Right? Mac
we were going to surprise you guys.
Blazing you?
Chicks dig it. We were going to surprise you guys. Start on the phone and then just bust in.
Oh, that would have been great. I love it. How you been? You good? You look good in person.
Let's go.
I loved your line the other day where I texted you about, the national people will probably say it's not good enough or whatever at the end of the game yesterday.
All the kneel downs.
Yeah, the kneel downs, yes.
They had 7 negative plays. What's wrong with the Chiefs? They're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Their dynasty's over. No, those were kneel downs.
Clown. Well, we had Gary Myers on a couple of weeks ago. He said this wasn't a dynasty.
It was not?
Yeah.
He said the Patriots at least did theirs for 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to play the soundbite for you, but you don't have headsets on. And he goes, I don't know that it's necessarily nice. Gary, are you serious?
Yeah, but their 20 years were intermittent,
Right, exactly. Ours have been consistently.
Well, they won it in 04, and they didn't win it again until 14.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a 10-year gap there.
Yeah. This one, I was talking to somebody yesterday. This is like the Yankees of the 50s in baseball, where they were always winning the American League pennant. I think the Indians won it once, the Guardians.
Come on.
And then that's the 1950s.
Yep.
Then who else? Like the White Sox won it. Otherwise, they won it every year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Constantly
neither here
winning.
nor there. We had Mac and me. He's my dog. Mac and me. Yeah. So Mac and Mitch. What?
Mac and
we
Mitch.
might take you guys over for the morning slide.
Yeah, it's too many M's, though.
Yeah,
Mac and Mitch.
Meanwhile, Matt McMullen's sitting in his room like the X-Men looking at the picture.
What about Mac McMullen? Mac McMullen, Mac Morey. Mitch, I got to change it. Mitch Mitchell.
And then you have Mark McMillan, in which I've said
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Well, we had him on at the Super Bowl and whatnot. He's doing some grilling stuff out there.
Well, and
Las
he's doing
Vegas.
stuff with the Raiders.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how he got involved in
Be a
that.
tough
but,
gig.
Hey, checks
Could have used him
cash,
last
man.
week.
What's that team going to look like at Week 18 when we play them?
What, the Chiefs?
Yeah, no.
That'll be Gardner Minshew.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so. How you feeling right now about this? Because I'm stoked. It's the best team in the NFL, and there's no stopping us. I don't think we're losing again.
Well, there's so many variables, and if you just take
Stay
it one week at a
focused,
time,
Bob.
you know what it is, take 1 week at a time. But when you have to, but just look at November, and you're going, yeah, that's my minute with Mitch actually next week. Don't want to scoop that, but I get into the month of November globally, and then micro down. But just I feel really good about this team. I heard you guys talking about Brashard Smith. I really think that we need to put Brashard Smith in his own. Like if we're looking at a spreadsheet, he has his own line. Don't put him in the RB column. Put him by himself, like a McKinnon type. McKinnon plus. Chiefs have really not had that guy with that kind of ability. I'm really excited about him because I told you guys we were going to talk about Andy Reid's geometry attack and his geometry lesson. In 13 years of being around Andy Reid, and when he's done coaching, he'll be fascinating to have set down and go into his philosophy. But he really looks at it from a geometric standpoint. And I'm not giving away government secrets because it changes every play. There's no way you can go, hey, where's the geometry? Because the angle of which sets off the geometry changes literally every play. But now you have, to be totally effective in that, you have to have all these points on the parallelogram that are effective. And now with Brashard Smith, I think he's the underrated guy in this. When I asked Xavier Worthy yesterday, I go, who's your 4x1? He goes, well, I'm running 2. I go, I thought you'd run 4. But he had McDuffie in there along with Taekwon and Hollywood. I go, how about Brashard? He's like, oh, yeah, Brashard. Like, if he's the alternate, it's a pretty good alternate.
Yeah, nobody thinks about speed when you talk about defensive backs. When you said McDuffie, I'm like, whoa, really? I never even, computed that, you know?
But I think we need to put Brashard in his own category. Just because he's RB in your fantasy line for your fantasy league, in reality football, he's just on his own place.
I saw something the other
else.
day, and I'd like to give the person credit, but I don't remember who it was. It may have been one of the Nationals that said something to the effect of, they've got Brashard Smith, and now the Chiefs are just in creating positions, like just inventing positions.
Well, there you go. That's exactly my point. And you're going to get a mismatch with him. You're not going to put a corner on that guy. So if that's a safety or a linebacker, bye-bye. And they can do 1,000 things with him. And then I told you with Rashee Rice coming back, he's 2021 Deebo Samuel to me. And the fact that now you can use him either to create, part of your geometry as your main angle, or he can be outstanding complement attacking all different ways. So you just have matchup nightmares all over if you're a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. When you look at Brashard Smith, and I think about this sometimes, there's obviously a miss on Sky Moore. But I feel like the way they use Brashard Smith is in a dream situation, how they wanted to use Sky Moore. Now, I know they didn't want to use him as a running back, but they wanted to use him in those little quick outs and those routes where you could basically give him 5 yards and then let him do the rest. Because obviously Brashard Smith, receiver, converted running back. Sky Moore was a receiver, but had running back style of moves in the field. And heck, we talked about his legs when he was a rookie here in Kansas City and how he was able to kind of create space with his skill set. Never really saw it come to fruition with Sky Moore. And now with Brashard Smith, you can kind of throw it. I watched that Raiders game from the 50-yard line. I was like right below you on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it's just interesting to watch how they motion him in the backfield. And then he's got the one-on-one that you can see that Patrick knows. And it's like the light bulb goes off and it's like, okay, I know he's going to be there. I can trust that. Unlike there was that trust with Sky Moore, there's that trust with Brashard Smith. And then the evolution of what that play ends up happening is all Brashard Smith.
Well, the jet sweep, the flip pass, the end around the screen, the baby screen. It's not exactly two guys out there. It could be one blocking for one. When you have literally another 4-2-9 guy, that just goes in warp speed. And now all of a sudden I hit that edge on whatever that end around flip pass jet sweep looks like, and it's terrifying because it gets to the edge so fast and up the field so fast. Again, a 7-yard play can become a 70-yard play. Then you add in the fact that you have Rice. And so Rice now and Smith, to me, are a perfect complement. It's like having Mayweather and Pacquiao on the same side in a boxing match, and they get to tap out and switch rounds, but they're in the same corner. That's what it feels like to me because it's a perfect complement. So many teams, I don't care what sport it is, replicate guys. And this I think goes back to what Bob's point was, all of these guys, in a way, complement each other, but particularly Rice and Brashard Smith.
Yeah, it's an offense like we've never seen before, and that sounds ridiculous to say when they did 50 and 5,000. But this, to me, is finally like in July of 24, we were told this is what this was going to be, and here we are finally in October of 25, 18 months later, and we finally get to see it. It's like nothing we've ever experienced offensively before. We're putting up 30 a game for the last 4 games. Save Jacksonville's 28. They had 30 in that game if the kicker makes his kicks. And this is the offense that I think Andy and Matt have been dreaming of for the last 18 months.
Yeah, and with that 514 area code, walk down the hill in St. Joseph, which was what was the theme of last week, we didn't know we'd have Brashard Smith.
Yeah.
And so you throw him in the mix. And then the fact that now Mahomes can just wheel and deal. 9 guys catching passes is ridiculous. 13 guys touching it is ridiculous. You have so many ways to attack now. And if the offensive line can get healthy, stay healthy, be there, they're getting better every week. Mm-hmm. And so everything's just kind of clicking, working.
And also, too, by having all those guys now, Trav can sit back and have a Mai Tai on the sidelines and say, see you in January,
Or I'll get a 44-yard play.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's like there's not a safety like looking me in the eyeballs, and then, there's another one half shading, because I don't have to worry about everything else. And it's like one dude's on me, and it's like a corner. It's like a nickel corner. What's this? Yeah. And so, I think, and Trav just seems to be in a really good place right now mentally. I think he sees it too. Like, okay, he's waited for it as well.
Yeah, he really has. And all the people who said he was washed. I don't know, Carrington, I think he's washed. You're right, Rob, he is. He's washed. Yeah, 44 washed. Yards.
And don't tell me Rob Gronkowski or all these guys are better.
God.
Like, don't. Yeah. I don't want to waste oxygen on it. But as exciting, we get fired up about the offense and talking about it. But to ignore the defense would be malfeasance on our part. This is a defense now that's starting to find its rhythm a little bit. We know rushing the passer to be – when Chris is on the field, there's a 41% pressure rate, I believe. When he's off, it's 24.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so it's got to be fixed. And then at the very least, even losing Norman Lott, they were thin in there before to have rotation in your inner text because it's a long season. And so, I mean, even this week with the Commanders – Krosky Merritt is pretty decent running the ball. I'll get to that in a second, where they're dangerous. But defensively, this team's, hitting a stride. You hold a team to 3 first downs. I don't care if you're Shawnee Mission North across the street. Like,
right.
That's a feat. But I asked Leo. Leo Chanel, to me, is the most underrated dude on this whole team.
Yeah, I mean, we talk
People
about
don't
it.
think of him as an athlete.
Today.
And he's an amazing athlete. So.
Yeah, I was going to play that cut.
Yeah, and I asked Leo about it.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it. We talk about it, today too in team meeting. We just got to find that consistency. Obviously, we had plays, we wish we had back in crucial moments in those losses. But I just see a resilient team. It's a lot of guys that have been in the situations before where we're not doing well, and we have a resilient team. I'm like, guys are humble enough to all right, what do we need to fix week to week? And guys are stepping up to the challenge.
I mean, that's what you want out of your defensive players. That's what you want on all of your players. We're resilient. We know we've been there before. We know we can fix this stuff. You get these guys buying in. I've said this till I'm blue in the face, Mitch, and I think you probably agree with this. It's just different here. The way that they get players to buy in both offensively and defensively, quite honestly, it's just different here than it is anywhere else. Nobody else is doing EGE in the NFL. They're all like, I want to eat. Not everybody,
Yeah. Speaking of Matt McMullen, you having him on later probably today, but we did a podcast this week on Defending the Kingdom that dealt with that exact thing, the power of unselfishness. And the fact that this, hey, you don't have some agent, screaming at a guy, you got to have targets and catches. We got to get an endorsement for dog food. So you got to have 10 targets and 8 catches. Mm-hmm. Well, that doesn't fit into the game plan anywhere. And we've seen that in all sports ruin a team. This team has none of that. And defensively, your point is well taken. The fact that they have to accept roles as well, and they have to do 3 or 4 different things. For example, Leo's a really good edge rusher. We just don't use him in there much, and could. But Leo's athletic ability, he plays this kind of humble servant role on that defense, but that's an explosive player. And him to fit right in with everything else, and the fact that you get in a rhythm with dime and safety, and we had Shamari Connor on the Kingdom show, he got into it. You've got to be unselfish in this defense. You can't chase sacks. I can't get out of I'm going to go junior Seau and do my own thing here. That just wipes out a defense. There's none of that. So the unselfishness is huge. It's a good point.
So you talk about this defense, I think top 5 offense, top 5 defense in the NFL this year. Mariota's going to be the starting quarterback, but more importantly, they're going to put his pieces out there on the field. McLaurin's going to play. Yeah. Debo's going to play. Zach Ertz, the ageless tight end, who's still, I think, very underrated in the NFL.
Yeah,
and then you mentioned Bill, the running back. How is Washington dangerous against this Chiefs team?
Big plays. They have the most 10-plus runs in the NFL. I don't know, they're 3 and 4. They've turned it over, but they've got 28 10-plus runs. And that's with basically Ja'Cory Merritt. But the fact that Debo can do that too. If we're going to talk about how we can attack jet sweeps and all that, it's, Debo. And then McLaurin is one of the more underrated receivers in the NFL and has been for
forever.
7 years, forever. So they have a bunch of big plays. McCaffrey has a 50-yard play. Jalen Lane, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, has a 90-yard punt return and I think a 60-yard reception. So they're able, even with Mariota, to get the ball at 20-plus yards and get those plays on you. So they can surprise you or shock you with those big plays. And even though they're beaten up, there's danger there. On the defensive side, they're I think they're second in the league in pressures. And it's you kind of overlook it with all the other woes that they've had, but this is also a team that can disrupt your timing with all of those weapons and the geometry talked about by getting pressure on a consistent basis.
Yeah, and that's, I think important now moving forward as we kind of see where this team is. Trade deadline approaching. Defensive line is still a major issue. It was an issue before Norman Lott went out, and now you're down a guy. They elevated a defensive back, which tells me they're probably keeping that roster spot open maybe for an addition of outside the organization.
Well, that was a special teams move. Knowles has been so good on special teams, and you get 4 elevations. Actually, you get 4 elevations, but when you elevate a practice squad guy for the 4th time, he must go on your 53-man roster. or he becomes a free agent. So the Chiefs in the first 3 weeks used Knowles on special teams. He led the team in special teams tackles. And so this is a move mainly to get Knowles on special teams so you can – because we've been using starters on there.
Yeah.
Jamari Connor is second in this team in tackles. He's also second on special teams in tackles. And he likes to play special teams, but you're also testing fate if you're putting these guys out there all the time that are on the field all the time. So the fact that Knowles is a special teams addition takes nothing away from needing a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
So you got to, I mean, at the least, you got to have a rotation in there.
Let me ask you this theory I had earlier in the show. Once the Chiefs get to the 50 and in and plus territory, it's 4-down territory, I think, from now on. Stop worrying about punting. Stop worrying about 1st and 10, and you got 3 chances to get a first down. I think once you get to the 50, it's 4-down territory now for this offense.
It was my minute with Mitch during the Detroit week where I had the thesis of we've changed 4th down in this league, and we got to give Detroit credit because usually it was lousy teams that were near the top of the league in 4th down attempts and conversions because they're just desperate. Detroit changed that. They used it as like, hey, we get 4 downs. Now the Chiefs, but nobody's talking about the Chiefs being right now at the top of the league in 4th down conversions and been very good. So it's a matter, too, of they spent a lot of time on it. They spent a lot of time in OTAs and camp on it, but they're really good now. So, I think that that's a very real possibility that when you get in that no man's land zone, for sure, it's less than 3 yards, go for it.
Who the hell is Cale Kirby?
He's one of the greatest men on the planet. This week is Salute to Service Week.
Yes, sir.
And I love it that the fact that the Chiefs took the initiative on this, and then the league took it over like, we'll take it from here, right? And it's kind of...
I feel like I'm back in college when the Mules went to the national championship.
Yeah.
I had to go through all those games. They went to Indianapolis, play the national championship. It was like, we go? No, you don't go.
No, you don't get to go. We'll take it from here. All right. What about... But Cale Kirby is in our equipment department. A great dude. He is so passionate. He spends all year long researching how the Chiefs will take Salute to Service and make it better than any team in the league. Now, let's just stop for a second. Within 2 hours of our voices here from where we're at are some of the most major military installations in the world.
Yep.
Whiteman Air Force Base, say no more. The Big Red One at Fort Riley is the most famous group in our country's history, maybe. You could argue that. Offutt Air Force Base, McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita and Omaha, respectively. What happens at Fort Leonard Wood, Fort Leavenworth, which is Command General Staff College, West Point of West Point. You're going to be a general in any of the armed services, you're going to Leavenworth. That's where you go to study. And if we walked up there today, we would see all of our allies that are studying too. This is all under our nose. So Cale
Wait, hang on a second. I want to get more into this. All of our allies, like other countries, have their generals over here at Leavenworth studying.
They study at Command General Staff College.
I just got goosebumps. That's cool.
Try to get a tour up there someday.
Okay.
It'll blow you. You're going, this is 40 minutes from me? Yeah. So you'll go up there and you'll see Germans and, Australians, and the Australian generals are studying to be a general at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Yeah, it's an amazing place. But
can't beat them, join them.
Well, that's it. And study right here. It's right here under our nose. But Cale Kirby works all year long on trying to create, like we had the USS Kansas City a couple of years ago. He takes what the league initiative is. We started it. League took it. We take it back because Cale takes it back. And so I won't give the secret for this week, but it has to deal with maybe the 250th anniversary of the Army, Navy, United States Marine Corps. But Cale's so good at it that, and sometimes he and I will collaborate on it about ideas. And a couple years ago, we had, much like Army, Navy, each one of our guys wore a different patch.
Yeah.
And for a different unit. And if they had some tie in with a family unit, then Cale sewed that patch on for them. And so it might be something similar this week for Salute to Service, but I just want to give Cale a shout out and I want to give our franchise a shout out. We spend a lot of time and effort on it. Instead of just saying, oh, it's Salute to Service Week, paint the end zone and wear camouflage. We make it a big deal. And National World War I Museum, I remember in 2018, we stopped pregame because it was the 100th anniversary to the moment when World War ended, November 11th. 11/11/11, the 11th hour, 11th day, the 11th month.
Yeah.
And Arizona, it gives me chills to talk about it. Arizona and the Chiefs are warming up. It's that early warm-up. And then all of a sudden the bells started ringing. The 21 bells that rang in Europe when it ended World War I. And everybody, Chris Conley was on our team then, 2018. He stops. And then everybody stopped one at a time. All of Arizona guys stopped. All of our guys stopped. And the whole crowd just became super silent as these bells tolled, because it was like the end of World War I. And with the World War I Museum being here, it had even more meaning. But that's what I'm proud about. What can get lost in all the football stuff is how then football can get our attention to something bigger. So Cale Kirby, shout out. He's awesome.
That's cool, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really. I got the goosebumps hearing all that kind of stuff.
Do you remember 2018?
I don't remember
It was early. It was
that
11
one.
o'clock.
Yeah.
It was a noon game, so you're an hour before.
Yeah.
But
probably still in the parking
everything
lot at that
stopped.
point.
Time stopped. Time
Yeah,
stopped.
I love
cool.
it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, we'll end it right there, Mitch. We appreciate the time, and thanks for coming in, man.
Am I seeing focus on you? I'm looking right in your eyes with like the Will Ferrell
right.
eyes of Zeus.
That's right. I'm like Gaylord Fokker and Meet the Parents at the stoplight. I got to get home before you find out the cat's tail has been painted.
Dang, Ben Stiller. What a
Gotta
liar.
love it, man. Mitch, thank
All
you
right.
so much for coming in. What a
Thanks,
surprise,
Mitch.
man.
See
We
you, boys.
appreciate it. It's Mitch Holt is brought to you by GEHA, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated, also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Center. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Coming up next, Mac Moray to One Word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at Heartland Men's Health are saying, hey, call us right now, because many men remember their first time, right? But it's not the first time that you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. And if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TNPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance.
Financial services.
Insurance.
Financial services.
Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide.
Is both.
Nationwide.
Is both.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these amazing game day specials. 14-inch two-topping pizzas for just $12 and $4 domestic OP cups. The other place with 5 great Kansas City Metro locations.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side in Olathe, 35 northbound, briefly slow around Santa Fe. Southbound 35, a couple slow spots at 119th Street and then approaching Santa Fe as well. 635 southbound, slow rolling from Shawnee Drive to I-35. Missouri side heading 169 highway southbound, gets heavy by the airport, stays slow across the bridge. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
One word on a Red Friday, baby.
Fun.
That's nothing. No, I'm coming back from the break. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. We've got a rainy, sports-filled weekend ahead of us, folks.
Yeah, the rain has started. I just ran out to the car and check out the weather outside. It's that nasty. It's starting.
Get the roof closed, everything.
No, I didn't have the roof on. I just wanted to get a breath of fresh air real quick, run outside, put my coffee cup back in the car, come back
that sometimes too.
Just to get a quick breath of fresh air. You know,
that way you can get out of here at 9:58.
That's right. I already got the cup in the car, ready to go. You see what I'm doing, Dusty.
College basketball, college football. We got the NFL, NBA's here. World Series starts tonight. Our guy Vinny P making the rounds on his media, I would say debut, but he's been doing this, man. He's good at this thing behind the mic.
He's great on it. You know, I was a guest on his podcast during COVID.
Were you? Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
I was his guest. He was a minor leaguer.
That's super cool.
Would you be my guest on my podcast? Sure. Just sitting here doing nothing. Him and my friend Alex, who was his best buddy, kid that I kind of mentored over the years, like, would you be on Vinny's podcast? He may make the majors one day. Sure. What else I got going on? It was
worked
fun.
out. Yeah, I'm sure he'll have his own podcast again here pretty soon. This is him talking to Shohei Ohtani.
World Baseball Classic. We faced each other.
He strikes out swinging here.
And with Kansas City this year. Why do you throw so hard to me? Why? Why do you hate me?
I'm a really good hitter. I have to.
It's not good enough. You throw too hard, Shohei.
One word on our guy, Pasquatch.
Yeah, to give further background, the 2 hardest pitches on record in Ohtani's career have both been to Vinny Pasquatino.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't it weird?
That's a weird stat. That's like the NBA one you rolled out last night. What's the one word for that? Awesome. I like the fact that Vinny's there. He's involved in it. He's doing a great job, in my opinion, of setting himself up for after baseball. Brilliant move by him. He'll move right into the broadcast booth. He'll do whatever he wants after the game. And I hope he's getting kind of a sense of what's going on, and that drives him. And he goes back to the team and go, dude, I was at the World Series. It was pretty awesome. We need to be at the World Series next year.
Yeah, one word, entertaining. Entertaining to see Vinny Pasquantino face Shohei Ohtani, right? Lefty, just throwing gas. And then entertaining to have him have that conversation. Ohtani be like, dude, you're a good hitter. You're getting my best. Sweet. Best in the game, throwing you the best he can. Love it.
And Vinny gets it, man. He understands it's about the entertainment side as well, and he's putting himself out there. He's becoming a player. Like, he is kind of that heart and soul of this team. The team beats with Vinny. I love it.
Got baseball, World Series starting tonight. How about college football as well? Sunflower Showdown. One word.
Vital. And I use that word for, I think, K-State and Chris Kleiman. If they don't win that game, I think that is the ultimate, kind of like, all right, your tenure here in Manhattan is done. The voices are loud. A lot of people are complaining. Colin Klein is being rumored to take over at Oklahoma State. So I think it's vital for K-State to win this game. I know they've won 17 in a row, but this feels like the one, if they don't win it, changes are coming to Manhattan.
Yeah, my one word is streak. 17 straight the Jayhawks have lost. 17 straight. End it. Team is down. You're kind of up for your organization. Take care of business.
And you mentioned that you're kind of up. Good test. If Kansas doesn't win this game, what are we saying about them on Monday? Is Lance Leipold the right guy? I think people will be asking as well. And that's a fair conversation to have.
A lot hinges on this game. A lot hinges on recruiting now in college football and the NIL. Quinshon Judkins on a podcast talks exactly about how he chose his school.
You're from Ohio,
No, I'm
right?
from Alabama. I'm from Montgomery.
Oh, you from?
Yeah.
Oh, man, how did let you get out of? How did you get way to Ohio State from Bama?
NIL.
That's Quinshon Judkins, now running back for the Cleveland Browns.
Why don't people believe that? Honest is the word that I'm going to use, and that's what it is. Like, why did you take job A over job B? They offered me $20,000 more.
Yep.
That's the real answer there. Anybody who says money doesn't matter and money doesn't drive and money, you're a liar, or you're just not living in reality. Money legitimately is everything. How did you get to Ohio from Alabama? Money. Love it.
Yeah, he was on with Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp, and just their reaction was exactly mine. Like, why the hell would you not go to NIL? Oh, well, duh. So, yeah, it's smart. It would be my one word. Like, I live in Missouri, but if Kansas gave me more NIL money,
you're going to Kansas.
I'm going to Kansas, where they've lost 16. I'm sorry, text line 16 straight.
Who the hell cares? It's an embarrassing number regardless.
About to be 17 straight. Emo, am I right?
Am I right, guys?
Like, if that's giving you joy to correct that number this morning,
Somebody
need that
even
in their
put the
life.
little asterisk next to where, like, you make the incorrect. Oh yeah.
BBL stinky.
And
you can see the eye roll on the video.
Yeah, you can watch
And
us
is
on
Winchester going to practice?
You can watch us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook if you want to see Bob's eye roll.
16 straight.
Liam Cohen, head coach of the Jags. Duval, he's making a name for himself both in winning games and in the locker room. This is him just watching film with the team. This is him talking to his team about a mistake that he made.
Okay, there's a scramble opportunity on fourth down Trevor and I just talked about. But guys, this is not my best by any means. This is not. It's not putting you guys in your best position to succeed on 4th and 7.
I got to pick up the corner instead of linebacker.
There's no question, Quinn. I appreciate you saying that, dude. I know Trevor thought that as well. There's some scramble ops. I appreciate you saying that, Quinn, but I got to be better in this situation regardless. It's my job. That's my job. I'm going to ask you to do yours. I got to do mine.
I think that's real. I mean, and you could see the relationship that he has with the players there, because, well, he didn't need to be yelling like that, but I guess he's addressing a room. The running back who goes, I didn't do my job. He goes, I appreciate you saying that. You're right. The quarterback said it as well. You stunk, but I got to do my job better. And I put you in the position to not do your job because I didn't do my job. That's a leader. That's leading right there. That's what being a head coach is about. It's never about the X's and O's. Ever, ever, ever about the X's and O's. It's, are you a leader? Are you making your players want to play for you? If I'm that running back right there, that guy's got my back. Yeah, you did make a mistake, but it's my fault you made that mistake.
My one word is Fescoe. because what did I tell you guys when I sent the text? Bob should enjoy this because he went on that rant a couple weeks ago where he's like, these guys have to, show their stripes. They have to, earn their stripes. They have to let these guys know they're there for them, that they're not there for other, reasonings or get too out of the ordinary. That is Liam Cohen doing exactly what Fescoe is asking about as a first-year young head coach.
It's great.
And you love to see it, man. That's what we talked about when Andy Reid talked to Brett Favre in that Kingdom documentary. Who the hell? What the hell, Brett? I call the play.
That's right. It's
my play. It's my play. And forever and ever, those guys will have your back. So
and
good for Liam Cohen.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dusty, because how many of these young coaches watch that Kingdom documentary, first of all? Every one of them. If you are a neophyte in this league, which is just about everybody now, you should have watched that Kingdom documentary and took mental notes or notes on your pad about how the Chiefs did this thing and created this, dynasty. Yep. Gary Myers, and ran this thing the way that they have. And if you are a head coach in this league, a new head coach in this league, I'm leaning on everything that Andy Reid said. And so I guarantee you, Liam Cohen saw that Kingdom documentary, saw that moment that Andy had. And now he's using that moment. He goes, well, if Andy Reid was doing that to Brett Favre, you know what? I'm going to do that. Andy Reid's been a successful head coach. I'm going to follow the guys that have been successful in this league and look at the older dudes like Harbaugh and Tomlin and Reid, and even to an extent the guy in Vegas. He did win a Super Bowl. And I'm going to pick their brains. I'm going to see what's made them so successful. How have you been able to sit here for 13 years in Kansas City after 16 years or whatever it was in Philadelphia and have all this success? And that little highlight there on the Kingdom show that Dusty brought up, I guarantee you Liam Cohen saw that and put that in the back of his mind and goes, all right, that's what leaders do.
Coming up on the other side, balanced might be the most dangerous thing this man could be. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, the holiday travel season is officially here, and people are going to be headed out of town. And you know what you don't want during your holiday travel season? Any sorts of hangups. You want the smoothest trip possible. That's why Park and Go is here for you, because they're going to get you to the airport terminal on time, and you're going to get back from your flight in no time at all as well when you park at Park and Go. And every spot is covered parking. So if you are traveling this winter, you want your car protected from all of those elements, Park and Go has got you covered. Just make your reservation at bookparkandgo.com or with their app. And also, make sure you prepay. Save money that way. Boom, you're done. Don't have to worry about it again. Show up on the day of your flight, give them your reservation number, and they will direct you to that covered parking spot that they reserve specifically for you. And you're on the bus in no time, because that bus meets you as soon as you pull into that spot, and it's off to the airport terminal you go. And when you get back, Park and Go is awesome. And you're always tired after a trip. Grab your bags, walk outside, jump on that bus, and it's right back to the covered parking spot, and your car is protected. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Ready, set, Ford. That's what Shawnee Mission Ford is all about, bringing meaning to Ready, Set, Ford. Hey, it's Gold. You know I've been driving a new vehicle thanks to my friends over at Shawnee Mission Ford for over a month now, and they offer their customers the largest discounts on every new vehicle, along with aggressive rebates and top trade-in value. And maybe you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle. You're in luck as well, with over 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from at prices and terms well within any budget. Shawnee Mission Ford is on a mission to do more. It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel's your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to those fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now's the perfect time to join because FanDuel's giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey, winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER forward and back.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Renner Garage Door has proudly served our community for decades. The best styles, technology, and family values. That's Renner. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back.
RENNER. RENNER.
Boostin' Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip. Online at boostinbarbecue.com.
The fastest cars, burnouts, car show, barbecue competition, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. Boostin' Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip in Odessa. Kids 12 and under free. Tickets at boostandbarbecue.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, Blue Parkway westbound, very slow approaching Nolan. Construction keeping things heavy for about a mile plus. And then 71 northbound, slows past Bannister, stays heavy not quite to 87th Street with an accident off to the left shoulder. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to K-State and KU Saturday starting at 9 right here on 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
In case you're wondering, Shohei Ohtani tonight is plus money to hit a home run. It's my Rozier lock. Plus 221 to hit a home run tonight. So.
What's your Chauncey Billups flop? Isn't that what they call it when you see the cards, the flop, right?
Yep, that's the first three.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Better believe it.
A lot of flopping in the NBA, I'll tell you. Soccer, a lot of flopping there.
Yeah, you weren't impressed with SGA last night.
I was impressed. No, I'm still impressed. I just thought it should be mentioned. He had, 50-something, a little over 50 points.
55.
And you're not impressed by 50-something
He
points?
had 23 of them at the free throw line.
I'm going to finish the thought. 23 of them were free throw points. Took 25 total. Again, I don't think
I'm with you. Fair enough.
I don't think he's a free throw merchant. I think he's great, but just thought it should be mentioned.
What was his free throw percentage?
He's like 23 for 25.
Okay, so he hit. That's good.
He hits
okay,
him. He hits him.
Okay.
I think last year was like a 90% free throw shooter.
Okay, but why are you putting that guy at the line, though, then, at that point in time, right?
And part of the reason he is a little bit of a flopper, but he also does drive. Like, he forces contact. He forces you to say, either I'm going to make this bucket or I'm going to go to the line.
Yeah, well, good for him. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to, to get your points. But yeah, if you score 50-some points and you had 25 shots, that's not exactly,
Yeah. I think
and
it's 23.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that's digging deeper back, and I think that is important. Wow, you see 55 points like me. That's the problem with life today is we all just read the headline, and then you don't dig deeper to find out the why or the how.
Yep.
And so that was me being the headline reader right there. And then you go, no, let's dig a little deeper. He had 23 of the 50 at the line, and he had 25 shots. Yeah, that's not really efficient.
Mac, you came up with this topic, so I'll let you lead the way. Mahomes is balanced when it comes to his skill set this year, using legs, arms, vision, mind, everything. What say you?
You got to turn your microphone on, son.
Well, it's these damn headphones. Sorry. We talk about trying to find the balance.
Oh, it's the headphones problem. If the microphone wasn't turned on. I got it. It's the guy radaring me. It wasn't me speeding.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, you're right, Dad. It was my fault. I think the best version of Mahomes, in my opinion, and you guys may or may not agree, was 2022. I think some of the text line would come up and say, no, 2018, the stats, the numbers, the eye-popping stuff, the explosive plays, all that stuff was awesome, super fun, maybe the most captivating season.
Was 22 the 11-6 season?
That was no, Mahomes was MVP. They lost the Super Bowl that year.
Okay.
But that offense, and then the offensive line got, injured in the playoffs. It was a different team by the time they played Tampa Bay in Super Bowl 55. But either way, that was it. So
no, because 22 was not the Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
21. So 22.
Because the Super Bowl against Tampa in Tampa during COVID, February of 21.
So that would have been the year they lost to the Bengals in the AFC Championship.
AFC Championship.
So
Okay,
yes,
I'm just trying to get the season straight, bro. I'm old.
No, I
can't
get you.
remember
It's
anything.
hard. It's hard.
It is.
It's a good problem to have for us,
It really is, because when they started to go on this run, we would all look at each other and go, which Super Bowl again? And we're like, wow, we're sitting here saying, which Super Bowl again, to a team that didn't go to a Super Bowl for 50 straight years.
So Mahomes said this yesterday on overanalyzing. He said, well, I know the coverage. Last year he'd said, it's like, I know the coverage it is. I know this route's not supposed to be open, so he would just move on. I went back and watched the film this last year, and I was like, I can't give the defenses too much credit. He was so backyard football, Brett Favre-ian in 2018. He had to refine some of that, become a little bit more fundamental. It was almost like he got a little bit too maybe... Ooh, that's
too fundamental?
Too fundamental. Oh, that's going to be wrong on the test.
Became Tim Duncan?
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's not the right answer. Oh, that's not on the test, whatever it may be. But part of that was he had to become more intelligent because he didn't have those pieces around him.
Yes.
He now does have those pieces and understands how to utilize them on both sides of his brain. So he knows when to bring out that backyard ball. Don't lose that just because you know way more than that gunslinger in 2018 did. You still want to have some of that fun, still some of that freedom that he's had, and he knows how to be smarter with it. He has the ability to do both because of this offense around him and because he's taken the time to refine his game and become more intelligent. We saw it a little bit in 2022, which I think was his best season because of his intelligence, because of the weapons. He's become smarter, and the weapons have gotten even better. And so this is going to be, it already is, but this is the scariest Mahomes season, and it's just getting started now that Rice is here. I truthfully think he's tapping into a different level now.
Yeah, it's an offense like we've never seen before, as we talked about with Mitch. We've been waiting for this since July of 24, whenever they set foot on the field in training camp and Hollywood Brown got injured, and now here we are, with everybody healthy and ready to rock and roll and kind of do this thing. What word did you use to describe Mahomes' season? You had an adjective in there to describe most impressive season. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I would say most impressive, his best.
His best. See, I don't want to say I'm going to argue that with you, but I personally, and this is the subjective nature of this. I think his best season was the 11-6 year where he took Kadarius Toney to the Super Bowl and won. I mean, I really do. I thought that was his best year because he had to work so hard and overcome so much, and showed us that it doesn't matter what you throw at Mahomes' face. He's going to find a way to beat that, right? He's going to find a way to take care of business. And that's what I thought. He had so much adversity inside the building because he had an idiot playing wide receiver, and they still overcame that. And then you saw that when they won that game, that exhausted look on him at the end of the field. That was going through all of that. I thought that was his best year ever as a quarterback because he had a lead in a way that he's never had a lead before, which has set him up to get us to at this point where we're like, I can win that way, I can win this way. I got all my eras up there, and now they're all combining into this one, man.
I think he's just combined all of his skill, and I don't hate that take either. I think you could probably have 3 or 4 seasons.
Of course, it's subjective.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to have their favorite. You know?
The text line saying in 2022 he won the MVP and they won the Super Bowl against San Francisco, so we may have our years off. Either way, 2022.
That's not true. 2022, the Rams won the Super
That's
Bowl
what
against
I thought.
the Bengals.
I think it's the Bengals.
It's not true. It's a fake text.
2022 regular season texture.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, we're talking about 2022 playoffs. It's hard. It's weird with sports.
If
Which
you
year
Google
we're talking
search
about?
2022 Super Bowl, the first thing that comes up is Rams 23, Cincinnati 20. So, I mean, it just depends on what year you're trying to talk about. So
yeah.
I like what you say about Mahomes being balanced. I also think there's an underrated thing that goes into that entire thing, and that's the trust that he has in his offensive line.
Yeah.
We talked about when quarterbacks turn 30, they kind of hit that grown-ass man stride, right? Like we saw with Brady, we saw with Manning kind of getting to that older. It's like, okay, now I've seen everything. It's like the book of once you've done something for 10,000 hours, you become an expert at that field. And when you look at that, it kind of, puts it into perspective that he doesn't have his starting left tackle. Once again, he's got Jalen Moore. And Jalen Moore has filled that void and done well, and Mahomes still trusts him. So Mahomes is learning to trust more, which means that's giving him more time to read more, which is letting him know that things are more open out there, and he has all those targets. You add all that up to that balanced narrative, and Mahomes is a very dangerous dude when you put all that together. Like you've said before, he got his final infinity stone with the wide receiver. But maybe his final infinity stone was the trust in his team,
for sure,
because he's got the three-headed backfield. He's got the four-headed wide receiver. He's got the offensive line. Now he's got the trust, and you add the knowledge.
And the play caller.
I mean, just out-of-body, sort of thing. So, again, I think that it is a total balanced person. And when you put all that together, you're watching what it is and who is the favorite in the NFL to win the MVP.
Mahomes, and it'll only get bigger. It'll only get a wider margin.
Yep.
I think he's top 4 in defenses not playing man coverage against. They don't want to guard this fast team man-to-man. They can't keep up.
Well, you can't.
Right? And Mahomes, as we've discussed here, has become too intelligent to read a zone. He's going to read your cover 3. He's going to read your cover 4. And now he also has time to move around. Now you're sucking in. You're looking in at Mahomes. Your eyes have wavered away from who you're guarding. That's how Travis Kelce, that big play at the beginning of the game against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Zone coverage. Mahomes moves up. The eyes lock in. Travis Kelce's wide open before. Maybe Mahomes in this quote saying, I may have not looked back at Travis Kelce because he's not supposed to be open. He now knows he's playing with this freedom. It's just, he's got all the answers to the test, and he's got everyone helping him study.
Well, and he also has, and I've said this numerous times, him and Bill Self together have photographic memories. I do firmly believe that for both of them, because they recall stuff that you're not supposed to be able to recall. They recall people like you're not supposed to be able to recall. They recall situations like you're not supposed to be able to recall. Yeah, Mahomes has got those cheat codes, man, and it's awesome to watch now that he's got the pieces around him that can accentuate those cheat codes even further.
That is the most balanced man in the NFL and the most balanced man on the radio in Mac Murray, as Mitch Holtis called him. Coming up on the other side, we'll be joined by JP Finlay of Washington. So we'll get the perspective of what they have. Plus, Richard Sherman had something to say about the Chiefs as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Fast cars, barbecue, and live music. Bring the family for Burnouts, a car show, Kids Zone, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. It's Boost in Barbecue. Next Friday, October 24th, and Saturday, October 25th at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under are free. Online at boostinbbq.com.
Things are getting spooky in South Kansas City, but the deals at Rob Sight Ford, they're scary good. Rob Sight is with me. Hey, Rob, what's haunting the lot this month?
No tricks, just treats. From Broncos to Explorers to F-150s and commercial vehicles, we've got the inventory, the selection, and the lowest prices in Kansas City.
And no creepy sales tactics, just non-commissioned staff and real value.
Exactly. And while we're on the scary stuff, Kevin, your brisket from last weekend still haunts me.
Okay, dry rub shouldn't actually mean dry.
But here's the real flavor. KC's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars with nearly 3,000 reviews. Voted best car dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
If you want simple, upfront, and easy, Rob Sight Ford is the treat you've been looking for. Visit 135th and State Line and buy right with Rob Sight.
Rob Sight Ford, ROBSIGHT.com. And Kevin, leave the cooking to us this Halloween.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metrics, root score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Tired of paying big city prices? Head to New Century Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Payola, where honest, good people are ready to help you save. No fancy city overhead, just real savings. Looking for a new Ram, Jeep, or Dodge? Or maybe a quality used vehicle? Their selection is online and ready to browse. And the best part? New Century is only a 20-minute drive south of the city, and you can save thousands just by coming down. New Century Ram, Jeep, Dodge. Remember, you'll always pay less in Payola, and always deal with good people you can trust.
Tomorrow, you'll hear Kansas State football in place of the John Clay Wolf Show. But don't forget, you can still catch the show live on the John Clay Wolf YouTube channel. Sponsored by Give Me the VIN, America's best car buyer.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland, 35 southbound, sluggish from the Shoto traffic way down towards the 29 merge with an earlier stalled on that transition ramp. And then checking out 435 westbound, sluggish from Warnell to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Nobody wants to see the Kansas City Chiefs on their schedule in January. No, you don't. You could say you do. Buffalo Bills, you don't. Indianapolis Colts would love to avoid them. There's nobody that's like, hey, yeah, let's get the Kansas City Chiefs. Jacksonville Jaguars, I know you guys felt good about that win. You would hate to see them coming to Jacksonville in January. Because guess what? Go ahead and book your vacations because it's over with. And that's the way they've been. They've been in the Super Bowl 5 of the last 6 years. So we'd be foolish to think anything else. Because that's what they've proven. Sometimes you got to give people respect to their past. This is their reputation. Their reputation, champions. Until they don't live up to their reputation, I don't think they'll be in it. Regardless of what's going on. We've seen seasons where Patrick Mahomes has struggled early. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Years where he looked like the MVP candidate. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Years where they're a defensive team. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Really driven by their run game. They've gone to the Super Bowl.
We need more smart people like that speaking in the national media about what's truly going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. That was like I wrote that for Richard Sherman.
That's all I heard in the background. So
he's right about it all because that's where I am. Until they tell us we're not going to be there, I'm going to believe that they're going to be there.
And I love that he said everything in January.
Yeah.
Because spoiled enough, Chiefs fans and people here in the local media that follow this team, you say it every year. Let's just get to January. We'll talk when we get there. 0-2 start, 4-3 now. Let's get to January. And when you hear Richard Sherman say that, it takes me back. And again, this is not a golf conversation. I promise you, I will not bore you. But it takes me back to the Tiger Woods documentary. And what I took from that entire documentary, outside of what his dad would do on the 18th hole in the trailer,
which was,
well, he was rocking it. That's all I can tell you.
Like that Porta-John at South Carolina the other day.
And Tiger got all the details. But the most, I guess, eye-popping thing from that documentary was when, I forget who it is, but he's talking about Tiger on Sunday. And he said that there would be people that would come up and they would say, because he talks about the iconicness or the iconic version of Tiger on Sunday. If he was down 3 strokes, he was going to win by 4. If he was up by 3, he was going to win by 10. And everybody would come up to this guy and say, man, I would love to get a shot at Tiger on Sunday. And the music and the audio pauses. And he responds with, the F you do. And that's exactly what Sherman is saying there. That's why I'm saying it's okay to be, yesterday I was saying, it's okay to be humble until you get there. And if you can take care of business and then you get to your field that you are an expert in, which is playoff football. We have seen that because Mahomes has only gone to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl in his career, which is still insane to think about. And they are that team in January. They are that team that travels for training camp because that's where it starts. And that's the boring story of like, oh, yeah, keep telling us how great the Chiefs are. Well, this is why. Because they nitpick everything throughout. They win 31-0. Well, we still left some plays out there. I've got to be a little bit better in this situation. Excuse me, you won 31-0. The F these teams want to see the Chiefs come to their house because we look at the standings right now and the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs and they win this week and everybody else above them wins. Now the Chiefs are the 7th seed in the playoff and you're like, okay, so we've got to go to Indianapolis. Do you think Indianapolis wants to see Kansas City come? No. And I mean, I know there's a history of the playoffs with Indianapolis and it's PTSD for a lot of us Chiefs fans out there. But what Richard Sherman is saying there is factually correct because yeah, the regular season early on, you're still trying to figure out your identity. You're still trying to gel. And we've seen in the last couple of weeks, matchup at hand, they've gelled on the offensive line. We'd like to see that defensive line become more of a dependable unit on this team. But what you see from the Kansas City Chiefs is that's a scary team when it comes to the end of the year. And middle of the season, they get all their weapons back on offense. Middle of the season, they start to, kind of become that team that you wanted to see the entire time. They get the bye week in week 10, and then it's on. And I think that's where you look at this team, and that's why Richard Sherman brings that up, is that, yeah, these teams are rolling well, but, like, the Colts don't have any playoff experience, right? I mean, at least Daniel Jones doesn't, and you're going to see that team go to the playoffs. Pittsburgh and Aaron Rodgers, we'll see how long that goes, but, maybe that's a team that –
how cool would it be Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes in the AFC Championship
game? It'd be the first
time
we've ever seen them play against each
other. I know.
other.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be awesome.
It would be great. And so I think that the Chiefs do own that huge advantage because they have the resume to prove that. Like, you can say, oh, Indianapolis could be scary in the playoffs. They play pretty good defense. They run the ball. They control the clock. They could be a team that could scare you. And then you go, well, why do the Chiefs scare you? And you go, 2018, lost in the AFC Championship. 2019, won the Super Bowl. 2020, lost in the Super Bowl. 2020, you can go down that resume and you're like, well, they're always there. Their record in January, Mahomes, 17 wins in the playoffs?
17-4 in January and February in the postseason.
So I think that's why. And, like, you can look at round 1 and Tiger Woods could be 1 over. Makes the cut at 2 under and he's 10 spots off from the lead. And then Saturday on moving day, all of a sudden you're like, oh, my God, when it really matters and everything starts to get tight and the pressure starts to get there, all these other golfers tend to fail. And then when it starts to get where it's nut cutting time, Tiger Woods was 2 behind the leader, and everybody went on Sunday and said, I know how this ends. You see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs get into the playoffs, and you tell yourself, I know how this goes. This is a team that gets to the playoffs, and they really seem to turn it on.
And also, too, it's not just necessarily about having the best players out there like the Chiefs have. They also have the ability of knowing how to win. And I think knowing how to win is so much more important than having sometimes the best players out there because you're in these, you're in these situations, the 13-second game. We know how to win. We know we're going to win this game. We've got that pedigree, and we're ready to rock and roll when it comes to, any type of situation. And so you've got the best players out there. You got the best quarterback quarterback out there, you got the best coach out there, and they're the most tested team, and they know how to win.
We go out to JP Finley of 106.7 The Fan in Washington. JP, Marcus Mariota going up against this Chiefs defense. Not a match made in heaven, but what can he do to cause a headache for that Chiefs defense?
Mariota's a vet. He knows how to run this offense. It's a big, big help for Washington that they're going to get Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin back on the field. And I think, Jaden's obviously the superior player. That's obvious. But Mariota can be really effective when he's got the RPO game working and he's using his legs a lot. And I think you'll see a decent amount of that. I think I was, listening to you guys on hold there. Obviously, the Chiefs are almost 2 touchdown favorites for a reason in this thing. But I think Washington can move the ball here. And I think they got to get their ground game going again, and I think Marcus using his legs will be a big part of that.
Do you think that is going to be more of the ground game than the running backs are going to bring to the table with Mariota?
No, I mean, for them to win, I think they've got to try to slow this thing down. I think Mahomes and that Chiefs offense is just so stocked with playmakers, especially those young receivers with real speed. So I think Washington will want to run the ball a good amount, and I think the rookie got some big pub after a couple big games, and Bill Krosky Merritt. But I've really liked what Jeremy McNichols has done for Washington over the last couple weeks. He's a really good pass blocker, and I think when you're already playing your backup, you might want a back that can handle pass pro pretty well. And McNichols has been really effective out of the backfield too, so I wouldn't be shocked to see a healthy dose of both Bill and McNichols.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest weakness that the Chiefs have kind of shown this year is kind of shutting down that run game, and you would think that's what Washington would want to do. Also, ball control. Keep Patrick Mahomes and that offense off the field that's essentially put up 30, in their last 4 games.
Totally, dude. Totally.
I mean, does the defense, when you see them shut out the Raiders, does that scare anybody in D.C., or is that just they beat the Raiders pretty bad? Because that was Andy Reid's first shutout ever.
Yeah, I mean, the shutout stands out, but Washington also beat the Raiders pretty bad. So I think the Raiders are just bad. I think the body of work, obviously, that Kansas City has over the course of the last decade or whatever it is, but also just this season, watching the Chiefs, understanding you're going to play in Arrowhead on Monday night. The Washington, whether they're called the Redskins, the football team, or the Commanders, has never won at Arrowhead. So I don't think there's any question of like the daunting task in front of them, and I don't know that shutting out the Raiders makes that like bigger or smaller. You know what I mean?
When you look at this game, and you mentioned Deebo Samuel being back and McLaurin being back, is that a matchup we're looking at? Is where 22 for the Chiefs is going to line up? Is he going to be covering Deebo? Is he going to be covering Terry McLaurin? Like that Trent McDuffie matchup is pretty vital in this game to see which guy is going to be, I guess, more open than the other.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting matchup. And obviously, that's a stud corner. We haven't seen Terry get going, really. And I'm sure you guys are aware, but he had the contract holdout, got to camp late. Mm-hmm. Then he gets hurt 3 games in. Deebo had been really good for Washington. Deebo is probably the offensive MVP for this team through 7 games, even though he missed last week. I would think McDuffie probably is with McLaurin, but that should mean a lot of underneath stuff for Deebo, and he's a difficult guy to bring down in the open field. I think Zach Ertz could be a factor in this thing with both of the receivers back. Ideally, Ertz does not have like kind of the high-end speed he once had, but he's got really good hands, and I think Mariota will look to him as well.
Is this Washington team, JP, better than the team that we saw a year ago?
No. I would – that's a very interesting question. Last year, they seemed to get every good bounce, and that's not to suggest they weren't really good. Jaden was excellent. This year, the injuries have been so significant that it's been hard to get a really good read. And I think on the defensive side of the football, last year, they ended up going with Mikey Samerstill, who was a rookie corner. They ended up going with him on the outside. And this year they bumped him inside to get Marshawn Lattimore more work. Marshawn last year, when they traded for him, was dealing with injuries, kind of in and out of the lineup. The secondary for Washington, they have a rookie, Trey Amos, that's playing really well, but the secondary just seems discombobulated far too often. And with the injuries they've had at defensive end, I mean, they're certainly the two guys they thought would start the year for them are both on IR, done for the season, in Dietrich Wise and Dorrance Armstrong. Javonte Jean-Baptiste was a draft pick that had been playing decent. He's done for the year. Their focus this offseason was to get bigger and bulkier on both of the lines of scrimmage, and defensively, injuries have just wrecked it. So where they could be better is if Javon Kinlaw and Zeron Payne can apply interior pressure and kind of clog up that KC run game. If they can get interior pressure on Mahomes, that is a spot where maybe they could have an advantage, but I got to see it to believe it.
Let me re-ask that question. Is Daniels better this year than he was a year ago?
I mean, he's missing his third game, right?
Yeah.
Through 7, or his third game through 8. So hard to say. Like, the better or worse, I mean, if you go watch, like, the L.A. game Jaden had, he was phenomenal, right? Like, he still has that, whatever that really high ceiling is. And maybe that's, inappropriate to say to a Kansas City station where you guys get to watch Patrick Mahomes every week. But whatever that really high quarterback ceiling is, like that top tier of quarterbacking in the NFL, Jaden still has that tier. He has been, like, a lot of these slow starts. Washington has gotten off to really slow starts in seemingly every game. Even the games they've won, they start slow. Like against the Chargers, they spotted them a 10-point lead, right? Jaden has looked a little off early in games to come back and look great. And I think between the knee and now the hammy, he hasn't been like just the super effective runner he was last season. But Jaden has still looked excellent. But it's just he's missing time.
Talking with JP Finley of 106.7 The Fan in Washington. JP, I want to ask you this because I don't want you to think I sound arrogant, but is this a game when you don't have your starting quarterback in there, you're getting your receivers back for basically the first time this season on the same field together, and it's Marcus Mariota? Is it just don't get embarrassed, or is it, we actually do have a chance at winning this game?
My concern with we actually have a chance to win this game is on the defensive side of the ball more than the offense. I get, for KC fans that probably saw Mariota when he was with the Raiders or whatever, it's kind of easy to dismiss, but he's been good at Washington. Last year, he didn't have any starts, but he had spot duty in about a game and a half, and he was excellent last season. This year, he's still been good. I mean, he's completing 60% of his passes, 4 touchdowns. He has thrown a couple picks this year, but, for me, it's not offensively where I have great concerns. When Marcus has been in games, they've moved the ball pretty well. Go look at the Atlanta tape. They move the ball well in that thing. Just the defense can't get stops. So where this thing could go sideways to me is Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy having a pair of 80-yard touchdowns. That's the concern for me, is the explosive plays.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, just the defense giving up explosives.
Yeah, you say that because I look at the numbers, and 27th in total yards allowed in the NFL at 381. That's an insane pop. And then also where the Chiefs have the advantage, but where you have the advantage, Washington second in the league in rushing yards a game at almost 150 a game, which is wild. But you guys are giving up 238 in the air. That just seems like what you just said. If you can stop them on defense and control the ball, that seems to be the recipe for Washington.
Totally. And, I was looking at some numbers. The Commanders' offense has been bad on third down. If you want one statistic to compare from last year to this year, last year they were excellent on third down. They had a ton of long scoring drives. This year they're punting so much more significantly. I want to say they're bottom 5, bottom 10 in the league at converting third downs. And then KC has the 6th best offense at converting third downs. And I feel like just me as somebody that has watched a lot of the Chiefs over the years, that is still where Travis Kelce kills you, is 3rd and 5, and he's going to get 7. And then defensively, I saw the Chiefs with top 10 in forcing punts. And that's offensively is my concern. They've had a ton of penalties, procedural nonsense. And so if they get in these 3rd and 11s instead of the 3rd and 6, they're just in such rough shape. But I think last year they had a super aggressive mindset on 4th down. I almost think Dan Quinn needs to double down on that in this game just to try to maintain possession, because I don't trust the back end of this defense in Washington. And in conjunction with that, they've had so many injuries to the D-line, and the way Mahomes is able to be a magician anyway, I just don't know that they generate enough pressure.
Well, JP, we appreciate the time, man. Thanks for taking time out of your Friday to join us on the show. Enjoy Arrowhead on Monday night, and we appreciate the time.
Dude, I think we're actually – I do a radio show in D.C. I think we're doing it from your guys'
You are.
studio.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it. First time since the Super Bowl.
You got to wear your hat.
You know what? Maybe I will. For you on Monday, JP, I'll wear the hat.
Wear it for B-Mitch, not for me.
All right, I'll wear it for B-Mitch. We'll see you guys here on Monday.
Thanks, brother.
All right, thank you, guys.
That's JP Finley of 106.7 The Fan in Washington. Again, football, game and matchups. They don't stop the pass. What does Kansas City love to do?
Yeah. My concern is the run thing, though, for us, you know.
But again, how much of that is Jaden Daniels' rushing yards that have added to that stat?
Yeah, I don't know. But he talked about Mariota being able to use his legs and the RPOs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sitting here going, oh, my God, I'm scared to death. But no, there are some concerning red flags there that, you hope that the team after the Jacksonville loss, Dusty, isn't of the Bob Fescoe mentality of we're never losing again, we're the greatest team of all time. I would hope those guys inside that locker room are a lot more humble. And I know that they are. The other thing that I found interesting about, his conversation there was about the 4th downs and, Dan Quinn, kind of going for it a little bit more on 4th down. And we've been talking about that in relation to the Chiefs this morning. And because the internet listens to us, I just got served a stat about the 4th downs about Andy Reid. And, for the first, 12 years of his career in Kansas City, as we've talked about, he only went for it like 13% of the time. And this year he's going for it 32% of the time. We're getting to a stage now, guys, where it's not just on the other side of the 50. Everybody's going for it on 4th down. It's like 3rd down now is not the big deal that I think it was even a year ago in the NFL. More and more teams are playing these 4-down games and going for it on 4th down in more and more situations than we've ever seen before. And so when you get into that mindset of holding a team for 3 plays and then they're going to punt it, you've got to also change that mindset of thinking as well. Because if you hold them on 3 plays and it's 4th and 4, that offense is probably staying out there. And they've got another opportunity to go for it. So as a defender, you've got to get yourself into that mindset of saying, this is a 4-down situation all of the time, unless, it's like inside the 20 or something crazy like that. But I think more often than not, we're going to see a lot of teams start to go for it more and more on 4th down than we've ever seen before. Andy Reid is a prime example of that.
And you were saying, what about Jaden Daniels having his rushing yards?
Over 211 rushing yards from Jaden Daniels specifically.
And he's basically played, 4 games this year?
Yeah, JP really said like 3-4 games. Yeah.
So
50-ish a game. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's a hell of a number right there. And the reason I asked about it is he better this year? Because I don't know that he is better this year. But again, we haven't seen enough of Daniels this year. To me, they're having that sophomore year that I think a lot of teams have. When they come out of the gate, and they're really, really good. We're just very fortunate we never saw that here, Dusty. Our sophomore slump was, going to the Super Bowl and winning it. Seriously. Unless you want to say Mahomes' first year was technically his second season, and that was the sophomore slump, was losing in the AFC Championship game in overtime to Tom Brady. Is that your sophomore slump, or losing in the Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl is your sophomore slump? Like, every team goes through it. We're watching it right now in Houston. They kind of took a little bit of a step back last year, even though they made it all the way to the divisional round. It didn't look the same. And now this year, look what's going on down there. Is Daniels going to fall into that rut, or are they going to find a way to bring him back up and push him forward? But you can't do anything if the guy's injured. And that's part of who you are, too.
I feel like maybe he had a junior slump when they lost in that AFC Championship game to Cincinnati, because that was the worst half he's ever played.
Yeah.
Other than that Vegas game on Christmas Day. Coming up on the other side, it's our Friday NFL parlay. We will do a Chiefs parlay on Monday, but tomorrow we will do our NFL parlay here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Maury on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you you need extra cash, Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, today is a Friday, and that means it's time to pass out cash. Easy enough for me to say, from the Sheet Metal Workers number 2. That's right, Friday Night Lights, and they're giving out $1,500 to 2 booster clubs tonight. Lewisburg at Spring Hill is the PrepsKC.com game of the week for the folks over at the Sheet Metal Workers number 2. Lewisburg and Spring Hill are each going to get a check for $750 to their school's booster fund tonight. And that's what the Sheet Metal Workers guys are all about, constantly giving back, making life better for people out there, doing great projects around Kansas City. And now they're ready to hire you as well with their pre-apprenticeship program. It is open right now, and you're going to start at $24.55 an hour, making $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and they're going to kick in that family health coverage at no cost to the employee at all. And then you get to do so many cool things around Kansas City, like build the top of Bartle Hall or the crown of Kauffman Stadium, HVAC, service and repair, and installation as well. Smart Local 2 welcomes everyone from seasoned professionals to those with no experience, and they offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support you need. So contact them now and check them out at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Hey, college football fans, it's time to lock in on those Saturday showdowns. Take your excitement to the next level with a Parlay Boost token from BetMGM. Log into your BetMGM account to receive your token. Then add any college football parlay to your bet slip and apply the token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted parlay hits, you'll score a bigger payout. Every play can change the game, so don't settle for ordinary this season. Feeling good about your college football parlay? Claim your Parlay Boost token and make this season unforgettable. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan, and the other place is your sports watching headquarters this fall. Now with 5 great area locations: Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Enjoy Red Friday specials all day.
Is it just me, or has watching television gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch but can never find, and don't get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully there's Philo, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love, MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it, plus everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They've added access to HBO Max Basic with ads plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts, no surprise fees, and just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. That's a total game changer. I signed up directly at philo.tv. That's philo.tv, so I could lock in the best price around. Philo's the easiest decision I've ever made. Now the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See You Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metric true score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Boostin' Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip. Online at boostinbarbecue.com.
The fastest streetcars, burnouts, car show, barbecue competition, and Chris Jansen live Saturday night. I can fix Boost and Barbecue this Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip, Odessa. Kids 12 and under free. Tickets at boostinbarbecue.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
North KC 29 southbound sluggish from 16th Avenue across the Bond Bridge. Maybe another tap of the brakes as you cross over into downtown. 169 Highway southbound a little slow across the bridge. Moves better onto 35 southbound. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
That's right. It's a Friday. No Chiefs game on Sunday. It's on Monday, obviously. So we give you our Friday NFL parlay, and it's brought to you by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is coming soon to Missouri with Circa Bets.
We just got an email from some of our friends in the gambling world. FBI props are now out.
No way.
Oh, my gosh.
Who will receive a longer sentence? Chauncey Billups at -200 or Terry Rozier at +150?
Seem like good odds.
Now they have next player or coach arrested for illegal gambling.
Ooh, who's the favorite?
Well, who the favorite is Malik Beasley at 5-1.
Makes sense.
Michael Porter Jr. at 6-1.
Oh, boy.
I mean, they got everybody listed on this thing right now. That's a name.
Where's LeBron?
Yeah, he's third.
Oh, my.
7-1.
Oh, my.
Rick Pitino, 8-1.
A lot of Rick Pitino getting thrown around on Twitter.
Is there really?
There is.
It's the first thing I've seen about Rick Pitino. Because he's Italian?
All these guys have played for him at some point. Like every guy that's mentioned has been a part of playing for him. And stuff. Yes, exactly. So obviously that could be nothing. But
and then they got next Hall of Fame player to be arrested for illegal gambling.
Where's Michael Jordan?
He would be 1, 2, 3, 4th on the list at 6-1.
How many rings does Michael Jordan have?
6.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon has made 10 three-pointers tonight, tying Terry Rozier in 2020 for the most in a season opener in NBA history. I kid you not.
Yeah, I kid you not with these odds, too. I mean, it's unbelievable. That right there is just
And the best part about that audio
priceless.
that gets cut off, and I think I sent the station account one, Charles Barkley there, goes, I think it's a good time to go to break, Ernie.
Aaron Gordon has made 10 three-pointers tonight, tying Terry Rozier in 2020 for the most in a season opener in NBA history. I kid you not.
Hey, Ernie, time to go to break.
I think that's a good time to go to break, Ernie. So it is our Friday NFL parlay, again, brought to you by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be, coming soon to Missouri with Circa Sports. Mac, your name's first on the list. What's your one leg of this 3-leg parlay?
Patriots going up against the Browns. How about Drake May over 223.5? That's -111. He's thrown for over 200 every game. He's done this, I think, over half the time. He's right around this number every time. So, yeah, I'll take it.
Do you think they're going to need to throw the ball that much against them?
Well, Browns have a decent defense.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that it's close for like a half and he throws. I mean, he does this pretty quickly. They're going to have one long ball to Diggs or Booty or someone. He's going to have one 50-yard pass.
Long ball to Booty, huh?
That's exactly right, bro.
Booty Kool-Aid was a matchup in the NFL this year. Yep. True story.
Yes.
Again, can't make it up. Drake May, like that kid a lot. I mean,
he's
I love
star.
that coach-quarterback combination in New England. They should be excited up there.
Keep it. It's like he finally got somebody better than Tannehill, and it's weird that he can just manage the defense. Let him and Josh McDaniel go manage the offense, and
that's the way you want to do it, man.
It's perfect. It works out. Mine is Jamar Chase over 7.5 receptions. It is -137, so not a whole lot of juice, but Jamar Chase was a rock star in his press conference this week. They talk about how many receptions can you get in a game? 20? He's like, I don't know, probably. He's like, is that written on the mirror? He goes, no, Super Bowl. That's my only goal, Super Bowl. So, like, good. You can hate Jamar Chase all you want, but you can love to hate him. Again, I sent you and Drew the text. He's my most biggest guilty pleasure in football, in the NFL. Like,
Mine's Aaron Rodgers.
Boy, did that change. Yeah, that changed overnight.
No, even before that, it was like a guilty pleasure. Like, I was listening to everything he wanted to say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So Drake May over 223.5 for Mac. I have Jamar Chase over 7.5 receptions. Bob, you have?
I have Jackson Dart over a half passing touchdown against the Eagles, even though I think the Giants are going to get smoked this weekend by the Eagles. I still think Jackson Dart has at least one touchdown pass at minus 212.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's the over-under. They just don't really – they're kind of scared putting it there minus 212, but they don't want to put it at 1.5 because that's too much. So. Yeah, all that together is plus 383. That's not bad.
It's not bad. No,
pretty good.
Bet 10, win 38, that type of thing. That's a nice little kind of return on investment right there. You're not getting that at the bank these days.
You can put it all on the Chiefs at minus 12.5.
Damn right.
Yeah. Is it 12.5 now?
So.
Oh, my God. I hate that keeps going up like that, man. Why everybody's betting on the Chiefs, betting on the Chiefs, man. The only way you get money on the other side is to raise that line really, really high. And then everybody's going, all right, fine, we'll put money on Washington now, and then the line will drop, right?
So let's see here. Where's it at? Chiefs are 12.5.
Wow, that's crazy now.
Minus 800 on the money line if you have zero stones. I heard last night Al Michaels was talking about the Super Bowl that he called with L.A. it was San Diego and San Francisco. I didn't know this, and maybe somebody can help me out with this research. The 49ers were minus 19 in that Super Bowl.
Well, that was back in the day where the NFC just crushed everybody. I mean, and those Super Bowls were not compelling.
But again, let's say this out loud. They were minus 19-point favorites to go to the Super Bowl.
Not surprised by that at all, because I think
that is insane.
But that's the way it was. Like, Dallas rolled everybody in the Super Bowl. The Giants were rolling everybody in the Super Bowl. Washington was rolling everybody in the Super Bowl.
And what they won that game, like 49-22?
A blowout.
Or whatever it was. And then I remember Al was telling Kirk Herbstreit in that game, he's like, and then one of the last plays of the game, Humphreys threw like a Hail Mary to the end zone. He's like, you could feel everybody's voice just like drop. And you know why? And Kirk's like, yeah, well.
Yeah, right. Kirk's like, again, Al. But I think that was back in the day when the Super Bowl sucked. I mean, it really did. I mean,
the Chiefs were massive underdogs against the Vikings in '69.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the line was, but they were because it was the NFL and it was the AFL. Everybody looked at it like
19,
that.
19, and like what was that? 1994.
Oh well, I was in college, so it was '96, I think.
95 is what I've got.
95, 96 season though. 95 season, but January of '96 Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Steve Young threw 6 touchdowns. Or
I mean, you had
like that.
Steve Young and Jerry Rice going up against Stan Humphries and like Natrone Means and like Bobby Ross was their coach. Like there were so many Super Bowls that were just hot garbage over the years. Most of those in the early '90s and into the 2000s. It was kind of just junk.
49-26. They opened up as 17.5. It went all the way up to 19.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Crazy, and they covered.
And they covered.
Oh yeah,
and they covered without an issue. I mean, it was never a game.
No, I mean,
it's just yeah. I mean, back in the day, it's a lot different than it was right now. The AFC was dog crap, and the NFC just beat everybody's brains in all the time. You had the Giants, you had Dallas, and you had San Francisco just crushing everybody in the Super Bowl for a good 10-year period. I was listening yesterday to all this coverage come down, and Boomer Esiason started to wonder out loud about one of these games that he was watching about with the referees right now because of what's going on with the gambling stuff. And this is where it's going to lead, guys. Like Adam Silver, Roger Goodell, Rob Manfred, and the guy who runs the NHL all have a perception issue right now, and they've got to change that because everybody now is thinking, oh, is this real? Like, no matter what you believe, no matter how you feel, everybody's going to have that take. And Boomer said yesterday, he goes, man, remember that Rams-Saints game where they had that phantom, or they didn't call the pass interference penalty at the end, and the Rams ended up winning and beating the Saints and going to the Super Bowl? He goes, now I look back at that, and it makes me wonder. Do you guys have a game now where you look back and go, makes me wonder? Because for me, it immediately went to the Forward Progress Tennessee game with Derek Johnson.
Yeah. Makes no sense, that call.
Right. Makes you wonder.
I look at the 2018 AFC Championship game. The ball definitely hit Julian Edelman's thumb. Tom Brady, they said, got smacked in the face by Chris Jones. They called a roughing the passer call. And then D Ford's offsides, which is his own fault. But, like, it just...
Yeah, that one's true, but those other two,
the other two, I'm with you. On the D Ford, he was offsides.
They showed the slow-mo of Edelman fielding the punt off the ground and his thumb moving.
Right.
And it's like, nope. And so, again, Chiefs get all the calls. pitchers get all the calls. Everybody gets all the calls when you're dominant.
Yep,
it just
right.
it
MJ,
seems
all
to
these
feel
guys,
that
yep.
way.
Yeah.
And to me, that's one of those things where I'm like, this is supposed to be Brady's last year. They thought.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that ball didn't touch his thumb. New England remains with possession. I'm like, no, dude, like I'm Leo from that gif of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood pointing at the TV like he touched it. Nah,
No.
not a chance.
What about you, Mac?
Yeah, I think it was 2017, maybe 20. Yeah, I think 2017 Steelers, Patriots AFC Championship game. Jesse James, like clear catch in my mind in the end zone. They would have won this game. They called it a no catch. Patriots another Super Bowl trip, and it was just like, dude, what?
Right.
That was a catch. It was right there, right in front of me. Like I watched that. It's a catch.
You
So
could also go to a Steelers playoff game against the Chiefs where they called a holding call.
Holding call.
That
Absolutely.
18-16 game?
The no touchdown game and you lost. Yeah. Like that was a wild one too.
Was that on Fisher that they called that on?
Yes, it was a stupid penalty. There was no holding at that point in time. And I'm sure there are baseball games. I mean, I'm sure St. Louis fans will say the Denkinger game. I mean, like, look at that thing. You know, that's a big what if right now in baseball. Or, you know, the perfect game where, you know, they got the call wrong for the guy in Detroit that year. And last night, the interception that was overturned that was a pick six. Right call to overturn that. But what if they didn't overturn that and everybody's watching that ball bounce around on the ground? These leagues right now, guys, I'm telling you, they're playing with Pandora's box right now because everything they do is going to be scrutinized. Did you see the SEC put an official on leave for the rest of his career because they didn't like a call that he made?
Jeez.
And he's made multiple bad calls.
And he's made now he was retiring at the end of the season, which kind of gets buried in all of this. But they suspended him for the year, which means his career is now over as an official. Man, you're making a lot of these bad calls. Everything is going to be questioned now. That's where we are. And you know what? You're right to question everything in sports. I've been telling you that for the last 10 years or so. But now everybody's onto it. Everybody's going to be questioning everything, every bad call, every mistake, every drop, every missed shot, every strikeout, every ball buried in the dirt. Everybody's going to be questioning everything. And I think that does suck right now. That's where we are with this.
Something that doesn't suck and questions we get to ask are always fun. Sean Smith joins us on the other side here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, he's horrible.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
It's football season, and I can't wait for the games. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents per gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. The more we score, the more I save only at Hy-Vee. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's game day, and nothing says Chiefs football like the aroma of a tailgate grill. Kick off your pregame party with a Kingdom Meat Bundle from Hy-Vee. Get 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 pork chops, 4 bratwurst, and 4 chuck patties for just $30. Plus, get a 10-cent per gallon fuel saver. Toss in some chips and dip, side dishes, and Chiefs-themed baked goods. Score the extra point with your favorite tailgate beverage from Hy-Vee Wine and Spirit. Just one stop for all your game day needs, only at Hy-Vee.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Heartland Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Numerous brands to choose from. Endless options. One incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 9 Highway, both directions with construction around the Riverside exit, keeping things slow. Bridge work ongoing there. It's also affecting the ramp coming off northbound 635. It's quite heavy. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Commanders on Monday night with pregame starting at 4, kickoff at 7:15 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
Back at it on a 9 o'clock spot here on 96.5 The Fan on a Friday. He's not a player. He just crushes a lot. That's Sean Smith, who joins us every Friday at 9. Mr. Smith, how are you today?
Man, I'm doing all right. How y'all doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm just ready for the weekend. You know, I get a full slate of Sunday games, get to relax until Monday, until the Chiefs play the Washington Commanders. Marcus Mariota at quarterback, what would you do to stop that man?
Oh, man, you already know what I'm going to do with him. Stop him? I know they're going to try to run the same kind of offense with if Jalen Daniels was inside playing, but I feel like we can blitz him, but I think he still can run. You know what I mean? I think Spags is going to dial up all the blitzes to put pressure on Washington because they're banged up.
You know, when you're getting ready to play a backup quarterback, does that have a mindset effect? You know, you're going to see Mariota, not Daniels. As a player, do you sort of relax because it's human nature, or do you guys stay focused on the prize at hand and say it doesn't matter who's back there, we got to play that same game?
Well, in this situation, because Mariota's it depends on the backup. If the backup has been a starter, it's a little different. You know what I mean? If he's been a starter, you got more film on him. You know his tendencies. You also know why he lost his starting job, too. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you kind of do the things that cause him to lose his job and do everything right. So I feel like for the most part, in this situation, Spags is going to blitz him, and they don't even have a run game. They got the rookie. He's pretty decent, but they're just so banged up. Washington's banged up right now. I'm not going to say this is a bait game, but this is a game that we got to go blow out like how we just did last week against the Raiders. Just being honest, because if not, it's going to be we don't need a tight, close game to where the game comes down to the kicker again. You guys know I'm still upset with him.
Right. No, and
you know
I am
mean?
too. Yeah, I am too. I don't trust him right now. And I made the point earlier, Sean, like once the Chiefs get to the 50-yard line and in, as they call that, plus territory, it's 4 down territory from now on. That's the way I'm looking at it. If you're the Chiefs offense, once you get to midfield, it's no longer 1st and 10 with 3 plays to get 10 yards. You have to be thinking of the mindset of 1st and 10 with 4 plays to get 10 yards.
Yes. Not only that, though, Andy Reid in the mindset right now is let's score. We have to get up, especially as you see against Detroit. What do? We went for it. We have to go for it when we're down there. Not just only knowing the trusting the kickers, just
It's our style of play now. We go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
Whether it's a trick play or what, even though I know it was a penalty on the play when we brought Minshew in, the wishbone, and Andy Reid is so creative, and that is scary as we head into November and December, and the Chiefs are very getting healthy and all the guys back.
Yeah, you coach youth football, obviously, at a high school level. Are you guys seeing more in that sort of gameplay where guys are going for it more on fourth down?
Very seldom. It just depends because some schools have good kickers. Here in Texas, man, kids got good kickers. They got good kickers out here, man. So, it just depends where it's at. But, yeah, we played some games where coaches just go for it. Our coach, we'll kick the field goal. We have been kicking field goals. We got a kid that can kick, though. So
no doubt. You watch this game, Deebo Samuel's, Scary Terry, man. Those guys they're the real deal. Like, when you look at that defensive secondary, is that where this focus goes in this game? Is how they can control their two best weapons, which are their slot receiver and their go-getter and Scary Terry?
Yeah, we know what the plays they're going to run with Deebo. You either bring him in motion and hand the ball off to him. He runs a little sweep for about 6-7 yard plays. Sometimes he get hit home and get missing, though. You know what I mean? He also can run a little dig routes and the crossing routes to get, he's still a big receiver with speed that, if we're playing man-to-man, hopefully he's not matched up with a linebacker if he's in a slot with Tranquil or somebody like that. That somebody's more faster than me. It's a mismatch. So hopefully we do what we're supposed to do and we'll be fine. Scary Terry's going to make his plays. That's what you got to understand. Everybody's a professional football player still. They still athletes. They're going to make the plays.
Mm-hmm. What surprises you so far 7 weeks through this season of this Kansas City Chiefs team?
Really, nothing surprises me right now. I told you guys at the beginning that how this was going to go. Like, literally how this was going to go. Everybody was panicking. When you got injuries and you have your best receiver not playing, it's kind of hard to, what you do in the training camp to expect to happen in the regular season when you don't have all your weapons and your power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. People don't want to, admit to that and factor that kind of stuff in. They just think it's going to move along, and it really has in Kansas City for a while. And then you see what it's like when you get those guys back, and it makes everybody's job that much easier, including the defense, right? Like the offenses can stay out there on the field, sustain drives, score points. How much easier is your job as a defender when the offense is putting up 30 a game?
Oh, it's so much easier, but also so much easier when the offense is taking the ball for 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you only have to go out there to play 2 series, and then 2 series of it's 2, 3 and outs. Oh, man, it's a great day. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to tell. I was on a Kingdom Cast podcast last night, and they were talking about what's the difference in the Chiefs team now. I was like, there's nothing. I said, you got to think about it. People forget. We were playing with a lead a lot last year, so the pass rush was there. They're saying people are saying there's a lack of pass rush. I don't think there's a lack of pass rush. We're getting pressure. We also missing a lot of sacks too. You go back to the Jacksonville game. If a Menahu don't fall down, or if everybody tries to say Chris Jones doesn't take the play off, everything we make the tackle, game's over.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. You look at this offense that got Rashee Rice back again, played 40%, I think, of the offensive snaps, still got 10 targets. They say everybody's going to eat, but they might all eat, but somebody's definitely going to eat more. Do you see that trend moving forward, or is it going to be kind of how Bob thinks? 1 week it might be Xavier Worthy who gets 9 targets and Rashee Rice gets 4. Or is it going to be the offense is going to go through number 4?
I think the offense is going through 4, 1, 7,
5,
87.
Yeah.
The offense is going through everybody right now. I'm just being honest with you. Offense, the more weapons, the more firepower we have, it's hard because what are you going to defend? Okay, who are you going to double? Double Rice. If you double Rice, 87 is going to get open. 1's going to get open. 80's going to get open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, the amount of weapons, and that's why everybody just continues to say just pray right now, right? Like they were saying that when Tyreek Hill was here to go out there and pray to stop this offense, and now you've got Tyreek Hill times 4 other guys that you have out there on the field. You're going to be doing a lot of the rosary to try to stop this team.
Man, you're going to do more than that. You're going to need more. You're going to need more than a prayer, I'll tell you that much, because with that speed and then the O-line blocking, as long as we don't have no penalties, a legal man downfield, or a legal procedure because the offensive lineman is not up on, a legal formation, I think heavily that we will be fine.
I want to talk to you about the rest of the league and what's going on there. You got an owner this week ripping his quarterback in public. Tell me what you think of that and how that, kind of factors into what's going on in the locker room with the Jets.
What's going on with the Jets is the owner's upset. I mean, he bought into Fields at first.
Yeah.
And then he's not his guy. I never thought Fields should have been the guy. I always thought Tyrod should have been the guy from the beginning. If you look at Tyrod's career, Tyrod's been a good quarterback when he was a starter. Besides, every time he always end up having a fluke injury to just get him on IR and ruin his great season he always has. So I look for the Jets. I don't think the Jets go winless this year. I think Aaron Glenn is trying to change the mentality that the Jets had before. And, he's also a former player. So he knows what it takes, and I think he's trying to get there, but it just took guys longer to buy in. And when you bring in a new system and new things, it's hard. It's not like the Jets are going out there getting blown out. Come on, they had a division rival, Denver Broncos. They was beating them.
Yeah.
And then they took the game off.
Sean,
no different from the Giants was beating the Denver Broncos. So it's like, come on, it's any given Sunday. The Jets just got to home in on the final little things, and I think, it'll get better. What's going on in the locker room? Yeah, it's bickering because you're 0-7, 0-6, whatever it is. It's miserable. There's nothing to come to work and feel happy about.
No doubt. Speaking of another team in Texas, has C.J. Stroud lost it, or is this just a down year?
All right. It needs receivers. It needs help.
Yeah.
That defense, Houston, Texas defense is good to me. If you watch them, those guys play good.
Mm-hmm.
It's that offense.
No doubt.
And I can't just blame it on C.J. Stroud because Collins is dropping a lot of balls.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of balls. He's throwing the ball. They dropping.
Yeah. Sean, I'm going to have the Hulk probably on Sunday, so I'll pay homage to you with the, the Hennessy and the Hypnotic. That's what I'm supposed to mix together?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to mix together, my man.
Okay, well, I'll send you a picture this weekend with a cigar of something and a Hulk in the other hand, my man.
All right, man. And we get the W, man, and hey, we're back in the division race all the way, and let's see what happens. And November's coming up.
You better believe it. Hey, be safe, be easy, Sean.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet. Coming up next, it's the guy that takes away Alex Gold's sexiest man in the building. Rob Collins of Fox 4 joins the roundtable next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
The Kansas Lottery Holiday Millionaire Raffle is your best odds of winning $1 million. The next early bird drawing is November 16th for a chance at $30,000.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. This is the show where your money is not scary. It's a show that's all about you. It's your questions that make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Listen and follow Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, college football fans, it's time to lock in on those Saturday showdowns. Take your excitement to the next level with a Parlay Boost token from BetMGM. Log into your BetMGM account to receive your token. Then add any college football parlay to your bet slip and apply the token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted parlay hits, you'll score a bigger payout. Every play can change the game, so don't settle for ordinary this season. Feeling good about your college football parlay? Claim your Parlay Boost token and make this season unforgettable. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Today, expect rain showers with a high of 55.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Join me, Drew Nixon, this weekend, Saturday the 25th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at T-Mobile at the Legends in KCK to celebrate and meet your local first responders. It's a free event with food, games, giveaways, and exclusive offers. See you there.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
That time on a Friday, it is the Roundtable, brought to you by KS Lottery. Get in the game with Chiefs Kingdom Scratch Ticket, only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize is $75,000, plus enter drawings for a chance to win Chiefs experiences. See kslottery.com. We're joined by Fox 4's own Rob Collins. Rob, thanks for joining the show today, man.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for getting me up early.
You got it.
Rainy day. Mac texted me about an hour ago. I'm like, oh, yeah, I better get up and get in the studio.
Got to get moving, right?
Gotta go.
You're not used to this time of day. Of course, I'm not used to your time of day either. Right? Being, midnight and all this kind of these hours that you were talking about, 11 p.m. I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, we have a 30-minute sports show Sunday through Thursday at 11 o'clock.
There you go. So watch it on Fox 4.
There you go.
You can check out all the goings on and whatnot. And everybody in a good mood over at your building now that the Chiefs are 4-3. Everybody's ready to go pack their bags for the Super Bowl now, right? Let's go.
Sure, let's go. We're not planning any vacations. 1, 2, 3 Cancun's got to wait for a little while. I mean, beginning of the season, everybody was like, and then, oh yeah, it's the Chiefs. They're Super Bowl favorites in Week 8.
Yeah. Sure. What's impressed you most about this team so far?
Just Mahomes' resiliency. I mean, the first 2 games, they weren't good. The defense wasn't good. Obviously, they lost both games, but Mahomes always tells us it's coming, we're close. How many times did Mahomes, Patrick, and Andy Reid say, we're close, we're close? And now they got Rasheed back. They're on fire, man.
Yeah, they really are. And it's fun to watch. And to me, it's the most explosive offense that they've ever had. And they've got weapons all over the field. And you sit back and watch this team, and it is fun again, man. For the first time in a couple of years offensively, it is so much fun to watch these guys now.
Scoring drive percentage, they're either right next to it or maybe a couple percentage points behind 2018 when they lit the world on fire. So it is awesome. I don't know how defenses cover all their weapons. It's damn near impossible.
It really is. I mean, we've had so many people come on this show over the last 2 weeks and just say, pray. I mean, and that's not the right answer for trying to go out there and stopping them. But there is no right answer for them right now. When you have all of that speed at the wide receiver position, plus the tight end, plus the quarterback, plus the head coach, this is an unstoppable force right now.
Yeah, especially when Brashard Smith gets going, because I think he's going to get going pretty soon. They're kind of spoon feeding him, like they usually do with young guys, but they get going. He gets that screen game going. We know Andy Reid loves the screen game. He almost popped one in the last game. I keep betting on him anytime touchdown. It's coming. I just don't know which week. I know it's coming.
Did you get that tip from Terry Rozier or Chauncey Billups?
I can't tell you.
Yes.
I'm wearing Lucchese boots. That's all I'll say.
There you go.
That's a different family, though. They're not the same.
Yeah. Rob, I want to play you some audio of Richard Sherman, and I want to give it a golf analogy they did earlier.
Okay. Nobody wants to see the Kansas City Chiefs on their schedule in January. No, you don't. You could say you do. Buffalo Bills, you don't. Indianapolis Colts would love to avoid them. There's nobody that's like, hey, yeah, let's get the Kansas City Chiefs. Jacksonville Jaguars, I know you guys felt good about that win. You would hate to see them coming to Jacksonville in January. Because guess what? Go ahead and book your vacations because it's over with. And that's the way they've been. They've been in the Super Bowl 5 of the last 6 years. So we'd be foolish to think anything else because that's what they've proven. Sometimes you got to give people respect to their past. This is their reputation. Their reputation, champions. Until they don't live up to their reputation, I don't think they'll be in it. Regardless of what's going on, we've seen seasons where Patrick Mahomes has struggled early. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Years where he looked like the MVP candidate. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Years where they're a defensive team. They've gone to the Super Bowl. Really driven by their run game. They've gone to the Super Bowl.
So the analogy I want to give this, and I know you're a golfer as well, and I know you watched the Tiger Woods documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There was a scene, I'm sure you remember it, when the guy's talking. I think it's either a reporter or it's a former caddy, and it's like, I want Tiger Woods on Sunday. And his response is, the F you do.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
That's the biggest FAFO moment in history right there.
And it's like, you see the red, you see the serious face, and even if Tiger Woods was 3 strokes off the lead, he was winning.
Yeah.
We all remember that, 97 was yesterday, where it's like, oh, Tiger's 2 off the lead? Okay. Sure. And then you take that analogy even further, and you look at the Chiefs, where you can call the first 4 weeks of the season, Thursday's round and Friday's round. You get into Friday's round and Tiger makes the cut. He shoots 2 under. The leader's at -8. And then moving day happens. And all of a sudden you see Tiger Woods move up the leaderboard because everything seems to get brighter and bigger for all these guys that aren't normally there. So now you flip it over to Kansas City, 0-2 start, get back into it, moving to, maybe right now we're in the point of moving day as we move into November. And then all of a sudden you see that Chiefs team kind of go up there and all of a sudden everybody goes, oh my God. Okay, well then you get to the next point of, all right, well, let's see if we can take the Chiefs in January. The F you do.
Yeah, good luck. I want to see Patrick Mahomes one day. I know he won't do it just because everybody's all into fashion, but roll into Arrowhead or wherever he is with the backwards hat like Tiger Woods rolled up to the golf course when he's walking down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
that would be awesome.
Just here for business, man. But no, I think it is interesting because
Mahomes should just start wearing the red shirt on Sundays when he walks into the stadium.
There you go.
Well, the Tiger clothing line's super expensive, but he can afford it. I cannot. But no, I want to bring this up to you because I think we do this every year, right? Like there are some sort of situations that happen. Last year it was they're winning every game by the skin of their teeth, by fingernail games, but they're winning.
Sure.
Now that's cool this year. It wasn't cool last year. Now the Chiefs have an offense of explosiveness all over the field with Rice and Worthy and Hollywood and Thornton and Kelsey and all these guys, Juju as well. When you look at this team and you look at every single option, you have to think this team is built for January, and it will be a lot of problems for these teams that are skating through the regular season, whereas depending on where you're coming from in this city, like you always say, the season starts in December.
Of course, the Chiefs are always going to be there at the end with Patrick Mahomes because history has Richard Sherman. And I might add, that's maybe one of the most astute things I've ever heard one of those national talking head
I said the
people say.
exact same thing as you an hour ago. It was like I wrote it for him. I was like so proud. I was like, wow, Rich, that was wonderful because these idiots in the national circuit are stupid. And all they want to do is continue to criticize the Chiefs and criticize the Chiefs and poke holes in everything that they're doing out there. And then you have that from Richard Sherman. I'm like, that guy nailed it.
Yeah, well, those guys just want to be the person that said, hey, I was right the one year that they don't make it because everybody trumpets the Chargers or the Broncos, never the Raiders.
Right.
But we see the Chargers. They won last night. They look good. They're playing a bad team. But they're hurt. They're kind of falling. I mean, it's crazy how every time you look up, well, the Chiefs may not. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, they're going to be in it. I can't imagine they won't be favored the rest of the way in every single game.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be favored at Buffalo.
I think it was Schefter last week that pointed that out. He said, I think they're favored in every game going forward. Now, I didn't see them favored in Buffalo. I saw them as a 2.5-point dog, but that was a while ago. I don't know if that line has changed or that spread has changed, since that. But look, I'm hyperbolic at times, but I honestly believe they're not losing another game this season. I mean, that's how good that they're playing right now. And Dusty writes the scores up every week. I mean, you 37, 28, which should have been 30-something, 30, 31. I mean, they're now putting up 30 points, Rob, on the reg now. With ease.
Yeah, they could have scored 50 against the Raiders.
Yes.
Easily. And I wish they would have scored at least a couple more because I had the over.
Yeah.
I didn't win that.
You didn't win that.
I got bad information on that one.
Come on, Terry. Come on, Chauncey.
Back it up, Terry.
But it's easy now for this team, and I hate to say that, but who's going to go out there and stop them? You're not doing it with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Sammy Watkins worked in. You're doing it with a wave of guys now,
and you have a defense,
and you have a defense as well that's playing their asses off right now.
I mean, to shut out any team in the NFL is a big ask. I know the Raiders are awful, but still, when you got both of those humming. And Butker looked great.
Yeah.
Got all three phases working. Yeah. Indianapolis doesn't scare me.
No.
Any of the other teams that are leading their division right now, I don't think the Chiefs would have any problem beating any one of those teams at Arrowhead or at their place.
And I'm 100% with you on that. And watching them do what they did to the Raiders, I'm almost tired of people saying, well, it's just the Raiders. Andy Reid's been a coach for 26 years and never shut out an opponent, okay? That tells you how hard it is to do that in the NFL. And he finally got that done. And people are like, it was just the Raiders. I mean, but they also shut down the Detroit offense the other night, or 2 weeks ago, too. And that was big because that offense was moving when they came in here.
They shut down Gibbs. Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, he just caught passes, just not for any significant yards. He was 9 catches for 44 yards or somewhere in that field. I asked Sean Smith this, and I want to ask you the same question. What surprises you the most so far this season?
In the entire NFL?
No, just for the Chiefs so far.
That's a good question. It's hard to be surprised by Patrick Mahomes. And
is it the Jacksonville game?
That they lost? Yeah. I mean,
the way that they lost?
Well, I mean, the Chris Jones play was awful.
Yeah.
They just lost it for a second. I think they just thought the game was over, like Chris Jones says. He thought he was down, but it never should have got to that point anyway.
Right. Because, you look at that and you look at the Giants game and you talk about the Mahomes play where he scoops the fumble up before halftime, and some people would say that that's the play that saved the season or changed the way the season goes. You kind of look at the Jacksonville game where they lose 31-28 against a team where they didn't really win because of Trevor Lawrence or anything like that. I know he threw a great dime to Brian Thomas Jr., and then they score the winning touchdown and whatnot, but kicker kicks out of bounds. You drop an interception.
13 penalties for 109 yards.
And,
tough to win.
And it's crazy to see all that. To me, sometimes adversity can change the way that, I feel like that Christmas Day game against the Raiders a couple of years ago when it was just an embarrassment, and then they go on and win the Super Bowl and never lose again.
They said, that was the impetus behind them lighting a fire under their rear end, and they went on to just scorched earth.
And we talk about other
than Super Bowl.
Right. And we talk about the similarities of these games and these moments and, Christmas Day game, and you talk about, maybe this year in Jacksonville and what it does to this team, because I've always said on the show, I think the Chiefs hate losing more than they enjoy winning.
We know Patrick does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And that permeates throughout the team because that's the expectation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, though, I will say this, that back when he gets older and he's done, he's going to regret that because you got to enjoy these wins. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from Bill Self, who used to say that to me all the time. He goes, man, these losses bother me more than the wins are enjoyable. And I'm like, man, that sucks that you're in that spot. But when you're a Kansas basketball program, you get 3 or 4 of those a year. If they're not normal, they do eat at you. Same with Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
I want those guys to get into that mindset of enjoying those wins, though, and what they're able to do. And I hope you don't get to the end of your career and go, man, I really regret that loss on March 3rd again, whatever it was. And you're thinking about that and not all the good stuff that you were being able to accomplish. But that's what's driving Patrick Mahomes right now. And every year they have a Jacksonville game. Every single year they have that game.
There's always one. Well, to use a golf analogy, Dusty, you and I both know after we play around, we're like, dang it, why'd I crank one out of bounds on 6? Or why'd I miss that 3-footer?
100%.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I still made 2 birdies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like
it's human nature. It really is.
And to, kind of continue that same sort of golf analogy, Rob, as we're talking to Rob Collins of Fox 4, it's almost like you can, how can I say this? you can't ruin a round on one shot, but you can ruin your score. Like you can still have I can go out there and shoot 87, which is about where I end up most of the time, often than not. And I can be like, on my way home, I do it every single time.
You replay every single shot.
I go 16. I should have hit the hybrid, but I tried to get all of it with a 3-wood, and I topped it, and that's 2 added strokes. On 14, I could have hit just a nice little, pitch, and I tried to get cute with a wedge. And I think that's kind of what the Chiefs do. Like, one game against Jacksonville doesn't ruin their season, but it kind of ruins their score, if you get what I'm saying. Like, you look at the teams they beat, and you're like, oh, well, Detroit was beat up, and they lost to Jacksonville. It's like, yeah, they lost to Jacksonville because they elected to hit their hybrid and not their 3-wood, or something like that. So I think that that is there, and I think when they do that, I don't want to say necessarily like they get cute, but they kind of get out of their element, where it's like, you know what this guy shoots. You know what your distance. You know what your accuracy is at that club. You know what game you can play. And you go back to that interception where I think it was Tranquil and Bolton. It's like, in this situation, more often than not, you're going to be the guy that goes and gets the ball, and I'm going to sit back.
Yeah.
They
on
play
the
that
goal
game,
line
I think,
pick.
10 more times. I think the Chiefs win 8 out of 10.
Probably so. And Patrick Mahomes does that. When we talk to him every Wednesday, he'll say, well, I missed the guy on this play. I missed the guy on this play. You've heard him break it down, just like you and I or anybody else playing golf on their way home would break down a round.
Looking like a psycho. Being like, damn it.
As bad as it is mentally, it really is good, though. That's what drives them. They're never satisfied. And once you get satisfied, you get fat and happy. And I don't ever want to see these guys get satisfied. And they never, with all the success that they had, that's the most remarkable thing, Rob, about all of this, is that complacency is never set in with this organization. Each time they win, they want it more, and they want it more, and they want it more. And you don't see teams do that ever in professional sports.
Usually not. I forgot who said it, but they're the epitome of it's hard to get up early when you sleep in silk pajamas.
Yeah.
They're getting up early.
It's real hard when you sleep naked with silk sheets.
Okay. I think it's time for a break, Ernie.
How about that audio from last night? No, so let's have a conversation about the rest of the AFC.
It's way too early for you to put that vision in my head.
It's late
Dusty.
in the day, brother.
I've been up an hour.
We've been talking about this since 5 o'clock this morning, man.
Oh, Nelly.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. Especially that fans on Oscillate. You ain't getting me out of bed. Okay, rest of the AFC.
I don't want to hear anything about you getting up.
Oh, okay. You want to know how I get down?
No.
Okay.
Mac, hit the break button.
Mac's already left. He gave up.
Mac's gone for the day.
He's out.
God.
He's got things to do. Rest of the AFC. Is it still Buffalo in your mind?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course. I think if you had to pick two teams right now, you would say you'd play in the AFC Championship. Who would you pick?
Gosh.
The Chiefs will play themselves.
If I could pick two teams to play in the AFC Championship.
Who do you think is going to be there?
I think right now, realistically, I think it's either Buffalo or I think it's Pittsburgh.
Really? You believe in Pittsburgh that much?
Here's why. I think Indianapolis gets to the playoffs, and we see exactly what happened to Daniel Jones happen to Sam Darnold.
Yeah, sure.
Good year, learned a system, did well.
This year's Vikings.
Oh, my God, right? Like, the lights are here. I'm Daniel Jones, right? And then,
but he did beat the Minnesota Vikings in a playoff game a couple of years ago.
Fair. Now, I look at Pittsburgh, and I look at Aaron Rodgers. He looks like he's completely like a completely different guy. It's like, if you've ever had a friend go through a divorce, and all of a sudden the first couple of years you're like rough, and then you see him again, you're like, you look a lot better. What are you doing? It's like, right? You're like, you're back. I see my friend again, right? And then obviously Buffalo, right? Like, I think the two losses they had, they played Atlanta in a dome. I think Atlanta is really, really good inside. I think once Atlanta gets out of Georgia or outside of an enclosed environment, they're become equal, right? They have a superpower on turf.
Yeah.
And I think that Buffalo, they have what? They've got Carolina this weekend, who's 4-3.
Carolina people down there saying, "Hey, Buffalo, you better not be sleeping on us."
And I love that.
I do too.
I do love that because
they're probably thinking it's a trap game because they got the Chiefs,
which I don't believe in those things.
I don't either.
But yeah, I think I do.
Not coming off a bye. Anyway.
And I look at Pittsburgh. I look at Tomlin, and I look at maybe now he's got somebody that he can kind of do the whole Mike Vrabel thing with, like, hey, you're the offense. You go worry about that. I'll keep the defense in check. And we're watching an AFC North division where Cleveland's not going to do it. Baltimore's can't lose again the rest of the season. That's not happening. And Cincinnati, they're hoping and praying that Flacco can keep them afloat until Joe Burrow comes in. And then by then, where are they at? So I think Pittsburgh can win that division, get a home game, get into the division round. Obviously, they don't play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. That's a moot point. But those would be the two teams I would pick, would be the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, Colts, you're not.
I just don't believe. Look, I think the Colts are good. I think they are a good team and they have a good system because they have a great offensive line. They've got a really damn good running back, and Daniel Jones is doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Rams, they lost. Now, credit, they beat the Chargers, they beat the Broncos. I will give them all that credit. Look at the rest of their schedule. And then you look at their schedule moving forward, it gets a lot tougher. So does the Chiefs. So I'm not leaving them out of there either. But, like, I just, you can say, again, we can do golf analogies all day.
Yeah.
You played with a guy that's a 20 handicap, and his first 2 holes, he goes par bird, and you're like, what's Dale doing today? And then you look at the score at the end of the round, you're like, okay, he shot a 98, I shot an 81. We're back to normal.
But you look at those first 2 holes, it's like the first 2 games of the season.
And why is that? Exactly. Why is that? He goes out there, he's playing loose, he's having a good time, he's not trying to do anything.
He realizes, hey.
I'm just trying to break 100. And then all of a sudden, it's like, dude, you might break 90. Oh, really? And then the shakes come in, and the fairways get narrower, and all of a sudden you see this guy's game become that game. And I think that we will see that with the Colts eventually. I just do not believe in it yet.
And I agree with you on the dome thing with the Colts. Is their game going to translate to outside when it gets cold?
Yeah, and it's a good question, too, because I really don't know who I view as the number one competitor right now in the AFC. I mean, it's probably Buffalo by default, but, I mean, I like what Aaron Rodgers is doing in Pittsburgh right now. I like the fact that he's just kind of flying under the radar. That throw that he had last Thursday night, I still kind of think about because he rolled all the way to his left and came all the way back to his right and found his guy in the end zone. I'm like, that was vintage Aaron Rodgers. We had not seen that before, and that was a big moment for me in that Thursday night game. I go, wow, this guy still got it. And we've been wanting that Mahomes-Rodgers matchup. How cool would that be if it's the AFC Championship game? Potentially Rodgers' last game ever, against Patrick Mahomes. It would be awesome. Now, I do think the reports out of Pittsburgh, he may be back in Pittsburgh for another year, which fine, whatever you want to do at that point. But that would be a cool AFC Championship game. I'm just not sold that much on Buffalo. It's more of they be there by default for me than it is anything. And I see their defense give up 40-some points, and then their offense the last couple of weeks hasn't been able to score.
No. Their schedule's so easy, I think that's why they will be there.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. I mean, they've lost games they shouldn't have as well.
Yep.
But
everybody has this year. That's the beauty of this league, man.
Yeah, that's why that shutout was even more impressive. I don't care if it's still against the Raiders.
I don't either.
I'm looking forward to the Buffalo game. It's going to be fun. We'll be up there. We'll be in Dallas.
You're going to go up there?
Yeah. We'll be in Arlington for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice. You're going all over the
You're going
joint.
back home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that trip. That's nice.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Is that when you just tell everybody to do their own thing and you know exactly what to do, or do you let everybody kind of piggyback on you and be like, here's where you want to go, this is what you want to do? Like,
or you having everybody over at the house?
No, I'm just going to go to my family's house about an hour or so away.
Okay.
I grew up in the sticks on a dairy farm. There ain't nothing to do but
a dairy
work.
farm?
yeah, man.
Any stories you want to tell us?
Yeah, but how many cows have you milked?
Lots. A lot of teats in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, did you do it by the hands or did you have a machine?
No, we had machines.
Yeah.
2 stalls, 6 milkers. We had 500 acres,
How many maids of milking?
125 head of cattle.
How many?
125 head of cattle.
Wow.
I once milked a bull.
I got a cow question. Okay?
Hold on a second.
Can you eat a milk cow?
Can you eat a milk?
Yeah, like if you use a cow for milk.
Can, but that's
it's not good.
what they're bred for.
Okay.
Wait a second. What? You milked a bull?
I think so.
I'm not sure that terminology is correct.
Maybe it wouldn't milk.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Men's wieners. It was fun.
I mean, there's folks who have that job.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough job.
Yeah, that's a terrible job. Like, of all the jobs in the world, go get the specimen from the bull because we're mating today. What?
I'd rather that than have to do the plastic glove.
I've turned a calf.
Oh.
Because coming out, it's going to kill both of them, right?
Right, yeah.
That's your moneymaker. So
Right.
you put the glove, because I had to do it because I was.
It's like noodling.
Well, you have a
but with
thin arm.
And I was a kid. I was younger, right?
So oh my.
So you put the sleeve on all the way to the shoulder, find it, turn it.
How many times did you have to do that?
I've only done it twice.
Okay, that's twice more than I'll ever do.
Well,
And I would
there's
imagine.
no such thing as tipping cows, right? That's a myth.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't go cow
and
tipping.
don't try to do that.
No,
'cause you'll hurt the animals.
First off, they scare me.
Cows?
Yes.
My mother has said to me, she goes, if I came back as an animal, I'd like to be a cow.
Just sit there.
And eat grass all day. Yeah.
Have someone massage your teats.
How long does a cow last? Like if you got a milk cow, are these 20-year-old cows?
Comes with a
Depends
price
on the
tag.
breed.
Yeah.
Does this? Where is?
How do you get a cow on a plane?
Carefully. I don't know. I was going to make an awful bad dad joke, but I
move it up
see.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this never happens to you?
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning, like a dairy cow.
Oh, yes! No.
So they don't get that excited.
I don't like to go to work in the mornings.
How do you see this game on Monday night going out?
I think the Chiefs are going to hammer them.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like the 12.5?
I do like the 12.5.
What's your record this year betting?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I can look at my account and know that it's my betting
But you
account
like
has
12.5,
has
you think
4
it's
digits in it, so I'm doing okay.
Okay. Stick that in your calendar.
He just put a deposit in.
So you do see a blowout happening? You think this is going to be one of those games where we can hit the elevators early?
I think it will be, but I'm afraid of a backdoor cover by Washington.
Oh, like a last-minute helmet.
Yeah.
Heave.
What did you get it at? It's 12.5 now?
12 and a half. Well, I bet it earlier. I got it at 10 and a half.
Oh, nice.
When it came out.
Okay.
Before they knew that Daniels wasn't
Chauncey
gonna play.
tell you that, or
No, I got the early line. I got a different phone number that just text me.
Two phones.
It's 2 phones.
Yeah, he's got a burner. Rob, we appreciate the time, man. Sorry to really wake you up with the silk sheets, man. But
No, it's okay.
Here we are. We'll do it again.
I don't know. I'm 30-13.
30-13.
I
like it.
33-16, but I'm concerned about the total.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't bet that.
Why not? You want me to fade Rob Collins?
You think that Andy's going to pull back a little bit?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with the total, is what I'm telling you.
Okay. I like that. All right, Chiefs.
I like the under in the Kansas K-State game because it's going to rain.
Who's going to win?
Whoever stops the other team from getting 20-yard chunk runs.
Okay.
Because I don't believe in either one of those defenses.
Yeah, it gets, 55 and rain slot pit
I saw
all day?
56.5.
Okay.
I mean, if it's going to be raining all day,
Take the under.
Take the under on that.
that's the way I'm leaning right now.
Vanderbilt, Mizzou.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
Vanderbilt owns Nashville. They own that state.
Mac hates this.
Shut up. Mac loves Vanderbilt.
Mac's a Morgan Wallen, Tennessee proud guy, man. Come on now.
He's a Knoxville guy, man.
Yeah,
he's
heart.
chilling with Kenny Chesney on a boat.
It's a good thing I didn't go to Tennessee. I'd never made it out of college. Rob, I'm glad you're going to make it out of this studio alive.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Good.
You can relax now and go get your practice.
I gotta go tape a Chiefs show here in a little while.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. That's Rob Collins of Fox 4. Join the roundtable. And again, it's brought to you by Kansas Lottery. Get in the game with the Chiefs Kingdom scratch ticket. Only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize is $75,000 plus enter drawings for a chance to win Chiefs experience. See kslottery.com. Coming up on the other side, it is our Richard of the Week here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun. I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. You see, Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. That's right, whether you're walking all day or even just standing, Arch Fit Skechers slip-ins have the perfect sweet spot of support to give you comfort like you've never felt before. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. No hands needed. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. If you haven't tried it, you are truly missing out. And Arch Fit Skechers Slip-ins come in practically every style you can imagine. Athletic shoes for your workout, casual sneakers for weekend errands, dress shoes for the office, even boots for those brisk, cool days. Make every step feel like a dream and try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan. During halftime or overtime, from spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Things are getting spooky in South Kansas City, but the deals at Rob Sight Ford, they're scary good. Rob Sight is with me. Hey, Rob, what's haunting the lot this month?
No tricks, just treats. From Broncos to Explorers to F-150s and commercial vehicles, we've got the inventory, the selection, and the lowest prices in Kansas City.
And no creepy sales tactics, just non-commissioned staff and real value.
Exactly. And while we're on the scary stuff, Kevin, your brisket from last weekend still haunts me.
Okay, dry rub shouldn't actually mean dry.
But here's the real flavor. KC's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars with nearly 3,000 reviews. Voted best car dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
If you want simple, upfront, and easy, Rob Sight Ford is the treat you've been looking for. Visit 135th and State Line and buy right with Rob Sight.
Rob Sight Ford, ROBSIGHT.com. And Kevin, leave the cooking to us this Halloween.
Join me, Drew Nixon, this weekend, Saturday the 25th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at T-Mobile at the Legends in KCK to celebrate and meet your local first responders. It's a free event with food, games, giveaways, and exclusive offers. See you there.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, it is that time of the week where we expose people for being idiots, jerks, and dopes.
Or Richards, which
you're
is...
an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
A lot of teats in my hand.
Ooh,
what?
Rob Collin joined the group of drops. There we go. Somebody says, I can't believe you would utter those words. My Richard of the Week. You heard it yesterday. It's part of the gambling thing. And my Richard or Richards of the Week are the X-ray glasses guys going to a poker game. And maybe I need to tread lightly because I believe these people were probably members of the mob. But what a Richard move. Not only that, from the reports that we heard, and maybe you can tie in Chauncey Billups, or maybe Mac will pick this up where I leave off. But, like, you look at Chauncey Billups in a situation luring guys in to play poker to these guys that are coming there, and they're wearing X-ray glasses. And I know you've seen the movie Austin Powers. I retweeted it yesterday when number 2 is sitting at the table and he's got the eye patch. He looks down. He's got a soft 17. Dealer's showing a king. He looks at the deck of the shoe and goes, hit. Sir, you have 17. I like to live dangerously. Flips it over. 21. Right. So that is a total Richard move that you can't just go to a game. And I understand that it's fixed. They had cameras in the cup holders. They had all this. They had ways that you could read the cards face down with the table being like X-rayed and all that sort of stuff.
Man. All that stuff yesterday, like, whoa.
And literally wearing glasses that they wore in 13 Ghosts to see the spirits in the house. Without them, you can't see them. Total advantage, total Richard move. X-ray glasses, guys. You are my Richards of the week.
I'm going to take a sidebar on that one just for a second here. Have people worn those in Vegas? Like just sitting at the table? Would Vegas red flag you if you're wearing those glasses out there? How soon would the
I
pit
think that's
boss...
why they're wearing them at an underground poker
That's what I'm
table.
asking. No, but I know that. But that's what I'm asking. Like, can you wear these in Las Vegas? And if you can, where do you buy these glasses? Because Vegas would catch you in about 5 minutes with those things on, probably. You hit, you're showing 18 or 19, and you can see that next card in the shoes at 2, and you're hitting on that. That pit boss is going to be down there in seconds, taking you out back and checking out what those sunglasses are.
What do they say in the movie Casino? The eyes in the skies don't lie.
They don't lie, brother. I'll tell you, they watch everything up there. They see everything that is going on. And they're not using cameras like you see. It's 2025, and every time you see a security camera, it's still the worst video ever. They're not using that kind of stuff up there in that booth when they're watching everything that's going on that casino floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll kind of parlay mine with yours, no pun intended. Yeah, man, you brought it up yesterday, and it kind of made me think for the rest of the day. Chauncey Billups bringing his friends. Like, these are guys that, like, know and trust him. And, like, Dusty, you had a personal experience of someone maybe being a little bit of a Richard in a betting experience with friends. And it just kind of made me think, like, damn, dude, you've got to be a serious you-know-what. Like, to do that to someone, like, that you supposedly love and, like, trust and have spent time with, have memories with. Like, I just can't imagine someone doing that to me, but more so, like, me doing that to one of my friends, dude. That's just Richard move, Chauncey. And I know you were in the thick of it, probably stressed, lots of things happening, maybe some, in with the wrong people. I get it, but man, that's a Richard move.
It is. The whole thing is a Richard move because now it has caused everybody to have to look at sports and say, are we watching reality right now? And it's however you want to interpret it. I love it. I don't care what goes on. I enjoy Sundays like it's nobody's business. I enjoy watching sporting events. They're fun for me to watch. I get my enjoyment out of it. Maybe you get your enjoyment out of watching the cooking channel. It's no different than what we're watching, right? It's just another television show that brings me joy every Sunday or anytime I turn on an NFL game. I love watching it, the colors, the pomp and circumstance and everything that goes along with it. But now you've got people that are going to be questioning everything. And I can't imagine what the workload now is like for the 4 commissioners of these sports. Because it's not just the NBA. Everybody's going to start talking about all the other sports as well. The Shohei Ohtani stuff that got brought up at the beginning of the year with the, his, guy allegedly taking money out of his bank account or whatever the hell that ended up being, Class A and all this stuff. Like every league has had a situation that they've needed to handle. And now it's up to the commissioners of this league to convince us that everything is okay. And this was just a couple of bad apples in this whole thing because immediately it's going to be a blanket and everybody's going to think everybody's guilty of doing something. My Richard of the week goes to Craig Carton this week. Just another pissed off East Coast network guy who is mad that the Kansas City Chiefs are here to stay for a very long time.
Yeah, and I couldn't find the audio to cut you off. He called Kansas City fans inbred and said there must be something in the barbecue sauce as to why, because he blamed them for attacking his DMs, but yet he's never stopped. And we met him at the Super Bowl.
And I like Craig. I think he's very talented. I think he's very entertaining. He's funny. But
he's a crook.
He'd be perfect to have on to talk about this, and he has been weighing in about a lot of this stuff, because he went away for gambling and whatnot back, years ago.
Ticket price line.
This take was so bad it is wiped from the internet.
Yeah,
I cannot find it.
You cannot find it. I had it and I played it for you the other day.
He played it for me. I heard he called us inbreds.
I played it for you Monday, and you heard, you're like, who is that? I was like, Carton. You're like, okay. And I was like, there's your Richard of the week. You're like, all right. And then I looked for it for the last 20 minutes in between Rob Collins and in between the break.
Can't find it anywhere. That's crazy.
Really bad take.
It was a really bad take. He called us inbreds. And that's how you know people have nothing else to say about the team when they start attacking us personally, right? Now we're inbreds and our football team is good and there's nothing else to say and you're so mad about it that you're resorting to calling people in Kansas City inbreds. And it's that elitist, just because you live on the East Coast doesn't make you a better human being than what we are. I lived there for 18 years. The people there are no better than anywhere else, but they assume that they're better than everywhere else, and they look down on everybody, and they don't know that the United States exists past the Delaware River and whatnot, and everything outside of New York City is no good and bad and all this kind of stuff, and you're sitting there calling people inbreds because you just don't know what else to say about their football team. Very short-sighted. How about, maybe you ought to convince your teams in New York to try winning every once in a while. It's fun. Get bent.
Yeah, maybe don't scam people for tickets.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. Maybe thought about that, Craig. Craig is a former convict trying to make up for all the debts with the Chiefs hate clicks. F him.
I mean, inbred. I mean, attack the team, say the stuff you want, but
also like get some new material.
Yeah,
like we're from the Midwest. We've been hearing that our whole lives. Sorry, like I'm from Missouri. I've been here my whole life. Like, well, what are you doing? Dating your sister, your cousin? Oh, good one, man.
You went to Kansas and had some conversations.
I mean, dude, it's happened all the time. I didn't know I had an accent until I went to like Jamaica. And they're like, oh, where are you from?
Well, I mean, compared to,
they're like, you're from the Midwest. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you keep saying y'all. And I'm like, am I saying y'all? Like, I don't know that I'm saying
I would have
that.
said they would thought you were from Texas if you said y'all, because, you know, Texas, y'all, and then all y'all is the plural.
All
y'all. I guess it's more Southern, too. I mean, you probably said that in Nashville.
But I probably texted you guys that, like, are y'all good with this? Like, and I'm sure you get it. You're like, damn, Dustin.
I see, but I say y'all, too. My grandmother growing up from New York and then Jersey, obviously, she used to say use all the time. Use.
I'm sorry, the what?
Use. Use going. Use guys going to be there. And then Texas has got y'all. You know, it's just different dialects from where you are. So use is better than y'all. So we're inbreds because we say y'all. What are you if you say use?
You's gonna come.
Oh, like I just.
You's on the way.
A lot of teats in my hand.
You's gonna come.
I've been pounded this week.
Finally, it's somebody besides me. He just thought he was nailing it. You's gonna come. Oh, man. Just out of nowhere. That's how they talk in Jersey, apparently.
They do, use.
Cabsy hears you's gonna come.
You guys want to go down to the diner? Yeah. You guys want some disco fries? Yeah.
Hey, honey, welcome home to work. How was your day? You's gonna come.
Yeah.
I've been pounded this week.
I mean, anybody who lives in New York City should probably keep their mouth shut about what's going on there, too. So.
What? Sorry. Oh, my God. I'm glad it's Friday.
I am, too. I'm always glad it's Friday. I'll tell you, my wife's off today. She took the day off. We were supposed to do the BMA golf tournament. Rain kind of washed that out. We've got nothing to do this afternoon.
Woo.
The world is our oyster.
And In-N-Out this weekend.
In-N-Out this weekend. That's right. Yeah, leaving tomorrow morning, flying to Denver, getting In-N-Out Burger, flying home with my daughter.
Can you bring it back, and I'll come by Sunday and grab it?
We may bring some back, but who knows how that travels, right?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, have fun, man. That'll be awesome.
It'll be fun. I can't wait for that.
Enjoy it. Look at you doing something nice for your daughter. Hey, you can do what Bob's doing. Go do something nice for somebody you never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay dry. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George